Hello, 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 'tis I, Durenda the Wizard, and you are welcome to join my fabulous stream tonight. We are playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians, as we do every Friday. You might be a bit surprised, because we are doing it early. Today, we are moving up our Thirsty Sword Lesbians stream from 7 p.m. Mountain Time to 5 p.m. Mountain Time, and that might continue to change as we make some final tweaks to our schedules. Hopefully this will make it easier for more people to reach. I am live with my co-role players. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves? Well, I guess I should introduce myself. I am Vivelda the Magnificent, the blushing chibi in the lower right-hand corner. I am a Froggo. I've recently acquired wings through no fault of my own. Okay, it was my fault. And I am your Hollow Knight protagonist of this story. Next. Armsteel.
We're going up, so Fibian, you're next.
Oh, okay. We start at the bottom and we're going up.
I'm Fibian. I am a salamander nature witch. I'm really shy. And I can talk to plants. And I have a wooden sword that is blunt. Except for the tip, in case I need to stab something.
Yeah, I was like, what if you need to stab someone, though?
You know, I don't want to kill the monsters if I don't have to, but sometimes they kind of force you to.
We have yet to kill anything, and I am unsure. I don't expect it to happen. I won't stop it from happening if you guys set out to do it, but...
You're so picky.
Just in the backstory.
Gathar, that's you. Sorry about that. I am the Countess Lady Gathar Balsroth II, and I am currently losing characters to gain some character. I fight with a...
That's supposed to be a surprise.
No, what? We're talking about the letters. Losing letters to gain who it was a good joke. Anyway.
No, boo, I didn't laugh.
It's because you didn't get it, Vivelda.
Boo, anywho. Less wordplay, more fighting.
Fair. Agreed.
Were you gonna describe your physical character?
Oh. I was operating under the assumptions that other people knew. I am a China doll. I am roughly knee-high to anybody else, and rather wily as of right now. Alright, that's me.
Okay, and Armsteel.
I was like, I don't have a character, so I don't need to introduce myself, so now my mouth is full of salad.
Okay, good. Well, Armsteel is a fellow streamer. She's fantastic. She plays Minecraft at times yet to be determined, because they are switching up their schedule. It's gonna be fantastic.
They are now determined. They have yet to be implemented.
Oh, okay. You wanna tell us? Because I haven't read the announcements yet, so I should be the first to know. No? Okay.
Sometimes approximate words. Okay. I'll be updating my schedule shortly, and then you'll see there.
Fantastic. And just as a reminder, if you want access to all of the schedule details, be able to talk with these creators, and your favorite characters, anything else you want to hang out and do, please feel free to stop by our Discord. I put that link in the chat. Let's go. What happened when we last left our noble heroes? Oh, our last member, Listening Chaos, who is currently Danish, is not coming yet. They are coming, but late. So, they'll show up when they show up. What was happening when we last left our noble heroes and Listening Chaos? He's not
last time
here to laugh at my joke.
Stream closed capture. Is your family reminder to turn on? What happened?
Oh yeah, I can do that now because it reminded me, and also I have enough brain space because I am not actively running. Okay, I'm gonna turn on closed captioning. The rest of you guys keep going.
Okay. Last time you did anything, you acquired a trebuchet for exxcape.
I have a trebuchet.
I have a trebuchet. And just kind of are bickered with yourselves about how it's going to work until Escape launched themselves into the castle and apparently brought the trebuchet with.
Excuse you, we fixed the trebuchet. It had too many R's.
That is a fact.
Yeah, we didn't sheesh.
You also bickered about who was going to be in the trebuchet.
That is true.
So, you then went out to the fronts of the castle gates, just kind of expecting Escape to open it at some point, and then got distracted by a tea party put on by the 7 ideas of love from the 7 Roman ideas of love. And maternal love. I don't know if that's already part of the
So we're
7,
going to a tea party with love.
Yes.
Okay.
I
thought we were currently at a...
Yeah, that's where we left off. That's... So when we pick up, you're in the tea party.
Okay, we're at a tea party.
Outside a castle gate, which is going to open at some point.
Please pass the chamomile.
The chamomile.
I didn't hear that. What?
I said, please pass the chamomile.
She's like, oh yes, of course, and passes it over to you. You kind of get the sense that they're putting on fancy airs because they can, not because they actually care.
That is how you tea party, right?
Yes.
Okay, according to this, we should have closed captions, which would be really exciting. I don't think they're working, though, so we'll see.
Okay, I have the closed caption thing open.
No, I got it. I just wanted to say that out loud so that if you can see the captions, let me know. If you can't see the captions, that's okay too. We can work with that.
I can't see the captions.
Yeah, me neither.
Chat.
Yeah, me
Oh
neither.
boy.
So,
the gate falls open surprisingly quickly, all things considered. And then Escape is seen running across the what's it called? Portcullis, as being chased by a dozen guards. And takes to circling the castle while being chased. That's what's happening.
That's excellent. That seems like an excellent distraction. I will watch the guards run past us, pick up Agatha, and probably pick up the entire tea set and walk inside.
The tea set is on a large piece of rubble, and as the party is getting ready to walk inside, Listening Chaos, due to being on fire and then smashed into the ground last session, winces in pain, because that's what happens.
I was going to heal him, but they're not here, so it can wait.
What happens is the different embodiments of love all notice in unison and take offense to not having been informed that this damage was done prior, and they more or less just cart him away.
Cool. They don't have the baby though, right?
To be fixed.
Okay. They don't have the baby though, right?
No, they don't have the baby.
We have the baby.
Okay, I think Fabian has the baby.
I can hold the baby.
I'm not in charge of which one of you is holding the peep.
My little yellow Easter peep. It's very important.
As circles tend to do, this is exxcape, currently passing through with his gaggle of guards.
Oh no, we're going. We're going in the castle. We're moving. I don't know how long this is gonna last. Although, if you guys feel like letting theft free to continue creating distractions, that'd be great.
I'm not in charge of what anyone does with the bag full of theft.
I try to steal something from the bag full of theft.
The full of theft is very thoroughly tied shut, has a person inside of it, and is on the person of what's his name? Of Tuck.
Tuck.
So what you're saying
You
is that
could-
sounds hard, and she should roll to defy disaster?
Uh,
I wouldn't do it if it wasn't easy.
it's going to be hard, and the first step would be acquire the bag and then try to steal out of the bag.
Okay. If I were to do this, I would probably ask Tuck to steal something from it for me.
Tuck informs you that any attempts to steal from theft appear to have only resulted in accidentally getting the entirety of theft, which usually gets him out of whatever binds he was in.
Well, a deal is a deal. We did promise to release him in here.
We did.
Yes.
I don't recall this, but apparently it's canon now.
Well, well, I guess we did promise him, but I don't think that deal was ever squared away. I don't know. It's been a miraculously eventful day, so I haven't any idea.
Well, we promised to let him free at some point.
This is true.
Tuck is looking up dejectedly at you lot like it's my bag. You want to...
Should you like to release your friend, Tuck, or should you like to keep them?
They're a whole person. I don't think keeping them is like...
Well, it's entirely up to the both of you. That's a deal you two have made.
Tuck like shakes the bag and then like presses their ear against it, and then like shakes it some more.
I would be
Then
more-
unties it and looks in, and is swiftly also pulled into the bag.
Oh my! Well, let's leave them to the rather private interview, and I pick up the bag and I stick it in Vivilda's bag. Just let's let them let's let them talk to each other about this particular situation. They'll come out when they're ready.
What?
I would rather not disturb them, as I look up at Vivilda and like wink, obviously.
Right, we have things to do. I'm like giving you like a what the heck are you thinking look, but like I guess I'll change the subject.
I smile and like pat you lovingly on your shoulder, and then like steep into your bag and pull out my knife, my big sword, and one of my bottles of healing, so that we have light in here. And I hop down and do my little floaty parasol dress thing to the ground, and lead the way.
Speaking of the way, once you get through the like 7 or 8 doorways that only lead to more doorways, you eventually find yourself inside a large courtyard, as you will right before the keep.
Are we entirely sure this place isn't ruled by paranoia?
Is there another moat?
There's not another moat. You're in a courtyard inside the castle. Clearly, it has like
stone paths people are meant to walk along.
No, this is normal. You have the gates, and then you have a courtyard to receive guests and let them get off their horses and stuff. And in case you have invaders coming on, there's also a kill zone. So we need to get out of it as soon as possible. So we continue moving forward.
Would you like to move forward into what looks like a stables, what looks like a large tower, or what looks like the main chambers?
I leave the decision up to Agatha and Fabian. They act like they know what they're doing.
I'm looking around at Current and thinking to myself, now I wonder, I need to find, was it 2 stones or 3 stones? I need to find throwable stones, a pile of them, 2 or 3, so that I can have them. Do I see them?
You want some stones? Yeah.
All right, I grab several stones and then I think back to how Paranoia threw her stones to get into her secret hatch thingy. Do I remember how that was done?
Paranoia hits bricks on a wall in a specific sequence. So I guess the walls are made out of stone brick here, so you may as well try.
Okay, I attempt this.
Listening chaos.
Yeah.
The Roman Ideas of Love, who were hosting your tea party, noticed how badly injured you were and have carted you away for healing.
Oh.
You
well,
have 2 options. Try to escape before they do what the healing that they intend to, or become active before they want to let you be active after their healing is done.
I'm gonna say I have no reason not to trust them, and I'm pretty trusting in general.
And also,
So-
you're like probably still on fire.
Oh, I'm on fire. Huh.
They're the
You were,
personifications of love. I think you'll be all right.
burnt last.
Yeah, I burnt. I didn't know that it escalated to being on fire. But
I don't think you were on fire specifically.
oh,
But
okay.
you were practically on fire with being like 50% burn.
Yeah, okay. So I'll say thank you and allow myself to be carted away. But a part of me is like wondering if they can actually help.
Okay, so I will inform you when you can join the party, I guess. It won't be long, don't worry.
By the way, sorry for being late. Dog was at the vet. So
Yeah.
That's important.
You're much less late than I thought you were, which is going to mildly complicate only a little. It's fine.
Okay.
Presently, they are in a courtyard/kill zone, according to Drenda. There is a tower, what looks like a stable, and the doors to the main keep in front of the people who are inside, and they are trying to decide where they are going.
Is that for me to, or is that for them? Everyone else.
That's for everyone.
Okay.
Just because you aren't there doesn't mean out of character you can't throw in your 2 cents. I don't know.
Oh no, I'll be character appropriate. So I will be in gentle remission until I'm better.
Did the wall thing work?
Oh, that's right. You were trying the wall thing. Roll me.
Luck, insanity, delusions.
I don't think insanity is a stat.
But we're so very talented in it.
You do it a lot, but I think that would classify it as a move, not a stat.
I
Let's-
do insanity.
Let's go with grace or wit.
Are
We're going to-
defying disaster or like? Oh,
Probably.
we're just making a roll,
Probably defy disaster.
or we're just rolling.
8.
8 is a mixed beat.
Success with a cost, or failure with a chance of success. Failure with a chance of meatballs.
You are throwing rocks at the wall, and you realize that some tiles are reacting, but not all of the correct tiles. So there is probably a secret sequence to use into this wall. You just don't know it. You could sit here and just keep throwing rocks at the wall until something happens. You could look for clues to find the sequence. I don't know.
I'm gonna look up at Vivilda and be like, "Do you remember the sequence that Paranoia used?"
Maybe. GM, do I remember that? Considering how very much attention I was paying to Paranoia, I feel like that's not unreasonable.
Yeah, I think you know.
I go and do the thing.
It is it's obvious that there is a secret sequence here, it's just not that one.
I don't think this is Paranoia's wall, love.
You're probably correct. I figured it was worth a try. They would love to be in here, so I figured I'd repay the favor for the kindness they showed us earlier.
Okay. But we do need to keep moving. Like, I don't think we should be out here in the open for very much longer.
I'm sure you're absolutely correct.
And I'm gonna
where
kind of
to
like
then?
look to Fibian on account of Fibian's clever.
That tends to be true.
We're throwing rocks at buildings?
No, we are inside a that. Agatha was doing that because she's insane.
But we're inside the castle.
We're inside the castle. We need to decide if we're
And there's
going to the stables or to the main building.
Or to the
Wasn't
tower.
there another building?
Oh, there's a tower. Okay.
Is this a tower on the wall? Or is this the tower keep?
This is okay, so you're standing there, you got to your right stables, to in front of you the main keep, and to your left a tower that is separate from the walls but pretty close to them. It doesn't look like a defensive structure.
We could climb the tower and use that to try to get in through the windows of the keep. If we can't get into the keep.
But do we want to get into the keep?
I don't know, we're looking for space? Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, I think he does live here.
According to Listening Snakes, you are looking to be within the castle walls when you finish teleporting, and then you will get to where you are trying to go. There is also space in this castle.
So we're already where we need to be.
So all we have to do is not get captured and murdered before the rest of our party shows up?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, I vote the stables then. Unless anyone else has better ideas.
Are you going to go to the stables, or are you going to roll to go there super sneaky and quiet-like?
What do the rest of you suggest?
I don't want to meet space.
Okay. Main corridor it is then.
Was there a reason why we were trying to meet space?
It'll
This
be
is-
entertaining.
Castle.
So it's Space's castle, but as long as we're in the castle, we can complete our goal.
Yep.
It would be entertaining to meet Space. I certainly have no objections to meeting Space.
Quite an interesting fellow. I would love to meet him.
It would also allow us another interaction with
Perfect chaos.
Perfect Chaos.
So the conversation is great. I am literally already moving. I have Agatha, like, if you're not coming with me, I'm gonna scoop you into the crook of my arm, and I've grabbed Fibian by with my other arm, and I'm like dragging you into the castle. I'm like, yes, y'all, your reasoning is great. Let's go.
I'll come with. I'll follow. You don't need. I'm going where everybody
Darling,
else
I know I
is.
look like it, but I'm not a China doll.
As we're going to the stable, I'm like, well, we could go see Space in the keep, and then flip off Perfect Chaos.
No, you guys said we
Yeah.
were going to the keep, so that's where we're going.
Oh, we're going to the keep?
Yeah.
That's what was agreed upon.
Yeah, that's what you guys said.
Oh,
I just think
okay.
we need to move before the guards get back here. There were like a dozen of them.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of the guards.
That's my primary complaint here. Like,
There is a. It's just straight up a puzzle on the front door. It's not like a jigsaw puzzle. It's just something to do. It appears to be how to open the door.
all right, never mind. I guess I'm resigned to fighting a dozen guards. Go ahead, be clever.
Is anyone gonna like roll against this door?
What's it look like? We could try. Do you want us to try to solve the puzzle in reality, despite how amazingly well that usually goes?
I would be satisfied with a roll.
I will use heart to talk to the door and ask it to open.
Fab.
Okay, so
That sounds bloody insane.
it actually sounds like exactly what I was
look
going to
around
do
you.
when you guys tried to roll.
What did you say?
I intended to bring the door to life and be like, "Are you trying to get in?"
Amazing. Amazing.
That was my intention. So you going up and talking to it,
What do
yeah,
you say?
it worked.
What do you say?
Well, I got 11 heart, and so I say something that is as heartful as an 11.
Okay, so an 11 is an upbeat. You are polite to the door, and the door is polite in not blocking your path.
Woo!
Listening chaos. That is the second roll. You may now join. The healing process was less long than it looks like it should be. Listening chaos? Listening chaos is gone, but will arrive whenever they arrive.
Whenever
That's
they
good.
feel like it, apparently.
Fair enough. I look up at the door as it swings open and whisper under my breath, I love this place.
I do say to Agatha, I'm like, apologies, I just am stressed out, okay?
First room
No need to
is a
explain, darling.
ballroom.
What?
Yep, the first room is a ballroom. The tables that are lined with food are arranged in such a way as to fence off one of the doors, so that one probably leads to the kitchen. There is another door opposite that, but that is up on the stage. So that's probably for the musicians or performers. And there are 3 doors in the back.
3 doors down?
I feel like that's a music reference.
It is. They wrote the song Kryptonite, which I believe you'd be the most familiar with.
I am going to give into my emotions and mark feelings so that I can dance like a ballerina across this room.
Upon your dance beginning, like a harp rolls out. It's a very circular harp. Rolls out from the musician door, and is attempting to be chased by a pair of spoons that appear to be joints at their ends. So they are running like legs. Upon getting to the harp, they like split up so they're sporks and start playing it.
What?
And now Gathar is dancing to harp music. It's pretty good harp music.
I smile wildly, and those who are paying enough attention notice a crack comes running across the forehead of my China doll as I am I've got my eyes closed and I'm just like feeling the movement and dancing around.
I am completely and utterly baffled about the self-playing stringed thing.
The string thing isn't self-playing. There is a pair of sporks attached at the end playing it.
That's still pretty confusing. But okay, okay. I'm gonna watch for trouble.
Trouble comes in the form of additional spork-like things coming out of the kitchen area and removing the lids off of the food that appears to be self-heating.
The food is eating itself?
No, heating.
Oh, the food's warm.
What looks like a cold meal, a cold banquet, is reheating and like revitalizing itself. And they are removing lids and being prepared to serve people food upon approach. Listening Chaos, this is your regular reminder that your time has passed sufficient. You can come in.
I'm gonna ping them.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey.
Listening Chaos, you can come in, but you will have a -1 ongoing for the next 3 rolls because they're still like wrapped up in healing bandages.
Oh, I'm wrapped up in healing bandages.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I'm a dessert. This is yeah, okay.
You got some layers of some more layers of fried dough across your Danish self.
Probably look extra. I don't even know. Like, I guess dry. Is that what I meant? Like
Crispy.
my
With more you.
Crispy.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
You look like you're going to be a very good dessert as soon as you're done.
I like creme brulee. So I'm going to I'm going to like just walk up and give a hug to everybody, like and then say yeah, that was the most interesting healing I've ever received before.
Which is in fact a fact. That is, they do interesting things when food are burnt.
Yeah, lots of first events, first times.
Listening Chaos, do I need to re-describe the scene? Did you hear what was going on?
I might not have.
Okay, so they're in a ballroom with, you know how there's the spoon and one side is a cup and the other side is the handle?
Okay.
At the end of the handle, it is attached at a joint with another spoon. And the spoon appears to be able to open itself up into a spork and use those as fingers.
Oh.
And those are running around acting like the maids or servants of this ballroom that are both working on catering and playing a harp as Gathar dances across the dance floor.
Okay. I think I'm not going to dance because I've never been in this body before, and even though I did just fight in it, I don't feel confident enough to dance.
That is
But
fair, I guess.
But I can probably be persuaded. Wink, wink.
Fabian, what are you up to? We've got a ballroom and a dancer and some music and some food.
And also more doors if you want to go breaking into the rest of the house.
Fabian, are you there? Okay, go ahead.
Is there anything hostile in here?
I'm looking very intently for hostile things, and thus far the most hostile thing is this food that's warming itself up.
Do I need to be scared of that?
The Velda seems somewhat grumpy with the lack of dangerous things in this room.
Well, in that case, I'm going to dance around a little bit. I'm with the baby.
Alright, that's 2 more dancers, 2 more musicians come out to start playing.
I'm gonna grab listening chaos and drag them onto the dance floor with me. And said, "Oh, you're looking much better," and then drag them onto the floor. And then I look over at Vivelda and like kind of give her like the head nod, like, "Come on, join in."
All right. Well, I'm going to be dancing very, very. Wait, you know what? I'm gonna roll for dancing.
Why not?
Okay, let's do this.
Roll grace.
Grace.
Okay, let's do this.
You could alternatively roll entice.
Oh no, I don't want to. Like,
I mean,
No,
you could.
no.
If
Agatha's
anyone
like,
wants to use their dancing to entice, apparently there's something in here you could be enticing. I will let you roll entice right now.
okay. Let's see. +2.
I have the most faith in those of you with a positive grace score to roll entice.
Yeah. Actually, no, I got 3. Okay.
According to this, entice is supposed to be heart, but I'll let you use grace.
11.
11. That
Mhm.
is a fantastic dance performance from you.
Nice.
Admittedly, being as this looks like a royal ballroom, probably not like miles above what this dance floor has seen, but you definitely dance up there with the best of them.
Excellent. I am shaking my cakes.
Bring your abundant.
Oh wait, that's not a 11. That's a 10 because you got a ongoing -1 for right now.
It's still
You
an
still-
upbeat.
Oh,
That's
okay.
still an upbeat. I'm just
Still an
being.
upbeat.
Okay. So then, in that case, I got a 10. But I got a it's still a success. So yeah, I'm gonna be dancing. I'm going to. Is there anyone inside here who's like, would be my type?
There appear to be spork servants and instruments that are more interested than being on stage than the servants playing them, and that appears to be it.
Okay, so it wouldn't be okay. Well, in that case, then, yeah, just a general. I'm shaking my thing. I'm dancing with my daughter. I am doing. I want to do like both awkward mom and dad dances, if that's possible. So I'm doing like the robot. I'm doing the what do you call it? What do you call it? I forgot what it's called. A sprinkler. I'm doing all the weird stuff, but apparently it's working. I'm emanating joy.
I would not like to dance, despite Agatha's like invitation. However, I can be persuaded if someone spends a string on me. Otherwise, I'm going to like perch on the stage and like clap my hands, but also watch.
I rolled a 6 on dance, so I am currently in a balter, which is just like dance without.
Was that to dance, or was that the entice move I was offering you?
That was the just to dance. I'm dancing
Okay.
with my mother, my parentage,
Your parental
and
unit.
I am straight up in a balter right now, just like absolutely no form or function. I'm just letting it loose.
Velda, as you are sitting there clapping, a pair of maracas roll their way over to you.
Ooh, I have a string on Vivalda.
Yes.
I wait, listening. Did you take the baby?
No.
You have the baby, but I'm willing to hold the baby.
We can dance with the baby.
Yes.
Come dance.
And you're gonna spend a string on me?
Yeah.
Do you want to say what you do, or do you just say come dance? Do you like remind me of that one time that I was terrible?
Or do you say something like, Vivelda, come dance with your baby?
Yeah, that would be a good way of like
Oh.
demanding
Dance
my.
with the baby.
Oh
We
my
need to teach
goodness.
baby the joy of music and rhythm.
All right. I will pick up the maracas and cart them over to the dance floor with me.
Ooh.
And if they don't protest, I
They
guess. Then I'm going to take the baby and like dance with it, kind of like mother's like rock back and forth, You know, you like never stop rocking. Even when you've set down the baby, you'll like find yourself just rocking and you're like, why am I doing this? I'm gonna rock back and forth and like coo to it and like shake the maraca. Phibian can have the other one. But I'm gonna shake the maraca and play with it.
The
Yes.
parental idle animation.
Yes.
Fathers also rock their babies.
That's true, but I only have experience with one of these things.
And with the entire party not only dancing, but with the entire party dancing, the entire band is now on stage, and also an extra pair of maracas. You guys would classify this as not being subtle.
Maybe.
And
I would like to roll not to entice, but to connect with my baby.
okay.
Great.
Okay, so now the unsubtleness has turned into screaming like no tomorrow, because that's what a baby does best.
Fab. The baby is screaming.
Oops.
I don't know what to do about that.
My maternal instincts kick in, and I stop with my crazy dance and go run to the baby.
I'm like holding it, like with this look of panic in my eyes, like shaking the maraca, like that's desperately going to help.
That's not a maraca, that's a baby.
I'm not shaking the baby! What do you take me for? Even if it is a fluffy
Easy
marshmallow.
now, easy now. Remember, darling, clear skies. Clear skies.
What?
Have you guys, the players, ever seen one of those shadow of a 5D object videos?
Ooh. I've looked up gifs of hypercubes and hyperspheres.
Yeah, so someone posts a gift of a hypersphere where everyone can see it.
Whoa.
I know what a hypersphere is.
I don't.
It's a 4-dimensional sphere, so it behaves the same way that a sphere does in a 3-dimensional plane, but
So if you draw a circle, that's a sphere in 2 dimensions, and if you get you draw a circle, that's a sphere in 2 dimensions. You draw a sphere, that's a sphere in 3 dimensions. You draw a hypersphere, that's a sphere in 4 dimensions.
Okay, I've got an image in the chat for both the streamers and for our group.
That makes my brain hurt.
It doesn't appear to have properly registered. Well, it probably makes your character's brain hurt worse because you're looking at a gumball, gumdrop, whatever they're called.
One of those
that is
like
that shape.
infinite jaw stoppers.
No, it's gumball. You
Okay.
chew it up and it's gum inside, but it looks like a jaw stopper.
Okay.
One of those comes in and
All right.
starts looking around, perplexed at all the noise.
There is like a screaming baby.
There is a screaming baby. They are mildly
Boy,
upset
do we
by
have
this.
the noise.
Okay, so baby first. I'm gonna roll to calm the child.
Okay, what you got?
What should I roll with?
You got heart. You got I'm gonna suggest heart.
All right. Do I have any pluses because I'm a doll and kids love dolls?
I will give you a plus because you are arguably one of the 2 responsible for its existence, and babies tend to like those individuals, so I understand.
Okay, so
I
just
want
a plus one?
one.
Would it have helped?
No, I turned my 3 into a 4. Continue.
All right, so my heart is -1. With that +1, I get a 0 flat. So I'm going to roll 2d6 flat.
Okay, then.
Wow.
Boom, baby.
Its parents are so heartful.
So that's a 12. What happens?
That's incredible.
The uh the baby stops crying, and for the first time you're like looking it dead in its eyes, and it has this look of understanding, and you would describe it as having your eyes. It appears to have inherited your yellow eyes.
My yellow eyes, not my blue ones?
I believe your yellow ones, yeah.
Yep, yellow eyes are my real eyes, blue eyes are my fake eyes. So,
Yeah. It
Just as a
appears to have
reminder for our
inherited your
chat,
yellow eyes.
This is actually Agatha. Not this. This. Not that thing. This thing. Okay? Okay.
Thing and what thing? I'm not seeing.
I am flipping the images back and forth on the stream. One of them is the beautiful model in the forest that is representing Agatha's China doll self, and the other one is a black, ghostly spirit thing with one singular large eye and shivers coming all the way off of it, and it has like a spindly tail.
A thing made of black smoke.
so I
like
run
my
my
description
fingers lovingly down my baby's cheek, and then I close my eyes and I turn off my blue ones so that my yellow ones show through. And I just smile like, yeah, I get it. And we get it together. And then
baby is going to giggle and like start blinking a bit, and then eventually one of its eyes is going to turn blue.
Wow.
this is the absolute cutest thing ever. Like, I am definitely smitten in a motherly love way with this little baby.
Fab, give the baby a string on you and explain why this relationship will never work.
Adding to the list, baby has string.
So in your Truths of Heart and Blade, on the second page of your playbook, right next to your stats, it says, and when you become smitten with someone, say why. Why is obvious. Give them a string and answer this question. And it will list a question.
It will never work out between us because I am incredibly reckless. But I am full of affection for this tiny creature and will protect it with my life.
While that's going on, that's great. My basic response is, oh, thank Arthropod, someone has taken the baby. And at that point, I will notice the thing of spinning and spinners and go into like, I'm gonna like step between it and Agatha and like draw my sword. and the baby, Agatha and the baby. I'm defending them both.
After I notice what happened, I shift the baby over to one side, and I've got my I get my sword out on the other hand, and my sword is pointed like right between Agatha's legs, or not Agatha, right between. So I'm standing underneath Vivelda essentially with my sword out pointed.
Sure, I'm not gonna move at all. This will be safe.
I'm faster than you are. It'll be okay.
At the moment, you're holding your sword out at a limbless ball of bubblegum.
Yes, my basic response to the person who probably lives in this house is, there's a trespasser, get it!
The limbless ball of bubblegum shifts into a different four-dimensional shape and now has limbs and a sword.
Who are you?
I'm Space. Who are you?
Hi, Space.
Oh yeah, didn't they say Space lived here?
I'm gonna call out from underneath Vivelda. I am Lies.
You
What?
aren't Lies. I recognize their voice.
But wouldn't that be a lie? So I must be them.
So Space is the never-ending gobstopper?
Yes. Specifically a gumball, but yes, they look the same.
Nice.
It's not a gumball anymore.
Look, I went to all this work, I pulled up all of these beautiful images of a brain-melting being.
Yes, and now it's that type of brain melting, but a different shape.
Okay, it is now. Yes, it's an everlasting gobstopper. Continue, Fabian.
Okay, Space. It is an honor to meet you.
Okay, but who are you?
I'm Vivalda the Magnificent, and we're trying to go home.
I am Space, the trapped princess, I think. And
What are you
I
trapped
am
in?
home. I was instructed to build a castle and never leave.
By who?
So I would guess the castle.
By who? That doesn't. Isn't this your castle?
I believe most recently she's introduced herself as Perfect Chaos. You guys are the guys she was fighting.
I mean, I didn't fight her.
We are the people she lost to.
Yes.
Okay.
I look
She
distinctly
seemed-
guilty, despite the fact that I did literally nothing, and I'm like, well, I didn't fight her.
She seemed awfully perturbed. And also is very upset. Why are you here?
Well, we were on our way home, but we sort of found something more interesting to do.
Like, break into my house?
So there was a mushroom, and then so we were at home, which is a mushroom, and then we fell through a pool of water, and then we were in this hole, which had lots of sunlight, which is great, but the floor was made of rocks, which is also great, but they didn't like it. And so then we tried to go up, but going up was hard, so we tried to dance, and then we ended up here.
That sounds about right.
More or less.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
So your plan is to go up in the hole.
Yes.
So if I put you at the top of the hole, will you leave before you get in another fight with Perfect?
Are you sure you don't want us to fight Perfect?
You said you were trapped? Do you want to be trapped?
Maybe?
I am very much interested in getting into another fight with Perfect.
Does it matter if I want to be trapped?
Normally.
I would imagine.
With a name like Space, being trapped makes not very much sense.
I guess if I'm a trapped princess, then the thing to do would be find a noble knight. Or something like that, right?
I can do that.
We have a noble knight.
What happens in these books? I'm asking Fabian because I have never read them in my entire life.
Oh, yeah, the knight
Storm
totally gets like beaten up by a dragon and then the princess has to save them.
Oh, well, I don't want to get beat up, but okay. I mean, like, if that's necessary.
It kind of is.
Okay, well, we could...
Space will look mildly perplexed at the idea.
So then all we need
Agatha
is a
smiles
dragon?
behind her mask, drawing similarities to their current relationship.
Are you the princess or the dragon?
Sometimes I'm both.
Think. Okay.
Oh, here's the other thing. Okay.
What?
I was looking for something in my notes. I couldn't find them. Liana is very excited at the idea of reenacting a fairy tale, but appears to be of the impression that either Gorb or Gathar would be the best options.
Yeah, well, she can live. She'll live. She's been wrong before.
Noticing the nature of the situation at hand, I kind of look around and I take stock. I look at each of my my entourage to see what they think and kind of judge their acceptance or unacceptance of this matter.
Gorb is ready to get in a doomed fist fight if that's what he has to do. Tuck is making odd sounds from inside the bag tied around your waist. And Yana appears to be lost in the idea that you are awesome and Gorb is awesome, and therefore they're the perfect fit, and doesn't appear to notice that Vivelda is clearly the correct choice here.
I'm glaring at her.
I put my sword away and I step in between Vivilda's legs, handing the baby off to Fibian.
Poor Fabian.
And I stand up very pomp and circumstance and go back into my surly self and do a nice low curtsy and look up at look up at space and say, I volunteer.
Space is going to be confused by your approach and then also confused by the curtsy and try to mimic the action, although it is not wearing clothes. And so it
okay.
looks a bit odd, all things considered.
It's okay.
In the bottom of my curtsy, I'm going to look up at them trying to mimic me, and I'm going to imagine them some clothes.
Sure, roll heart. That's how we do magic in this place, I guess.
Do I have my pluses still, or not?
What were you having pluses for? The baby. You aren't dealing with the baby now.
That's true. We have pluses for defending each other and getting out of here alive.
Well, wasn't that just a scene thing?
Have we gotten out of here?
Well, then, no. So I guess you have gotten out of the interaction with... You know what? Whatever. Take your plus. I think the answer is no, you don't get your plus, but you can have it.
Bingo.
6. That's not very good. But I'm going to sync my.
It's a good thing you got a plus.
What's that?
It's a good thing you got a plus.
Oh yeah, it would have been even worse. But I'm going to turn that into a mixed beat with my last love point.
Okay. As clothes are operating around this individual, that it very suddenly occurs to you that you need to consider an additional dimension if you want the clothes to work. And so it hurts a bit to try and consider in this way what this would be, but you do successfully produce a at least 3.5D, if not 4D dress.
Rock on.
You just something perpendicular to everything.
Right. No, I look over at Listening Chaos for inspiration, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then think, and there it goes.
Yes. So the dress works more or less.
Nice.
They appear to have in their ever-shifting form, they appear to have additional arms come up and pull it back up periodically because it's not actually sitting on them.
Yeah, this seems like a relative.
Next time we'll go with sleeves or spaghetti straps, I should think.
Yeah, come up with something that's like a tunic that you just put the hole over put your head through the hole, kind of like a poncho, except you make it so it's 3-dimensional, so that they just need to put the 3-dimensional object, put their head through the 3-dimensional object, and let it hang.
That is a very solid theory. That makes a ton of sense, and unfortunately, it still is only a mixed beat, so there's only so good you're gonna get.
Fibian starts explaining how to do this lunatic thing like halfway through, and you're like, oh yeah, we should do that. But like you've already started the thing you are actually doing, and so
Oh, I'm
it only
sorry.
sort of works.
So I look up at the clothed princess and I go, well, kinda. We'll have to work on that.
Alright, so now we gotta fight a dragon. Where's the dragon?
The dragon would be in the hole, or at the top of the hole.
I thought the hole wasn't here. The hole was there.
The hole is there, but you can't save me here. I built
Oh.
the castle. If I wanted to leave, I'd just take it down.
Okay. Alright then. We'll go fight your dragon. We'll be back.
Will you be?
Can we
Actually,
can we
hopefully
bring you
not.
with us?
About that, I should very much like to speak with you all for a moment, if I may.
Okay. You guys know what a dragon is?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Should
I'm going,
I?
I'm going to nod. I'm going to nod thoughtfully, and I'm going to say, "That's what I thought." Yes, that's what I thought. Okay. That's a terrible idea.
I think
Liana
this
has
group of frogs and bugs should absolutely try to fight a dragon.
Liana has descriptions from inside storybooks that she has read from the library, and they sound absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
Especially considering that Liana, despite having read apparently a great many books on the subject, can't agree on a single individual trait they have.
Yep.
She's like, and then they have feathers or scales, and sometimes they have wings,
Or
but
they go
sometimes
swimming.
they fly without wings, and sometimes they swim, and a lot of the time they can breathe fire, but sometimes they breathe other things, and every other description is making it worse.
I'm like,
Yeah,
sure, okay.
Yeah, I definitely hear all of that, and I'm like, this sounds like a bad idea.
You're just
and-
afraid
and
because
I'm-
you think you'll lose.
No, I'm afraid you'll die.
Listening Chaos.
Mhm.
I don't know if I should remind you, but you looked into the dream of the purple bunny.
Mm-hmm.
You actually
What
know what's up
did
there.
you see?
Okay, so
Do you
I
remember how I described that NPC?
I
think
believe
you
we were
just-
calling them waifus.
Oh, that's right. That's right. No more NPCs, just waifus.
you described the okay, when I went into their mind, what I saw was the catapult launching itself and the person that's being launched.
Nope, wrong NPC.
Yeah, no, the purple baby bunny at the bottom of the hole, like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you looked into its dream, and because it didn't dream, it had a dreamless sleep, so you saw memories instead.
Oh, okay.
And
But I-
one of the things it remembered was an eastern dragonfly turning it purple.
Oh, that's right. Yep, you're right.
So if you had to guess, there is a nearby dragon, especially if we're going to talk about the top of the hole.
Okay.
And it appears as though your friends have decided to go punch it in the jaw.
Okay.
But
So
it is not an actual dragon, so you maybe don't need to be quite that worried about us. Only maybe.
yeah, no.
What if the dragon is what guards our reality?
Then it will be a really good fight? Okay.
Yeah, so now that I remember, I'm going to nod and be like, yeah, how conceptually, relatively, how large do I think the dragonfly is?
The dragonfly should stand about as tall as Fibian and be longer than you are tall.
Okay. So it's kind of like okay. And its wingspan is what? Is it like
It's dragonfly wingspan, so it's each wing is essentially its entire body length.
okay? All right, yeah. In that case, I'm not as worried. Yeah, but you know what? I think though, before we beat that thing up, I think it actually has a lot of cultural significance here. On account of it, making babies and all that.
Are you saying that out loud?
Yes.
The
Is it
dragon is
making the baby?
the
Huh?
dragon is a mom too. I'm like looking at the peep that Agatha's holding, or I think Fabian has it now.
Well, not. I don't know if it's an actual mom, but
Space
yeah.
will interrupt and be like, "No one's been a mom in a long. No one else has been a mom in a long time," and look very perplexed at your peep.
I move between the peep and space.
Space will like move to put you between the peep. Move to put you between them and the peep.
Everybody
Well,
here is terrified of parenthood.
I haven't put my
not
sword
li-
away, so I like look at it down the length of my sword, and I'm like, that's mine.
Well,
Like you can keep it.
we should. You know what works better than fighting it though? Let's talk to it because if my hunch is right, not only is the dragon, responsible for life, but it could be responsible for death.
Okay, but if it's holding space captive against her will,
Which it's not by Space's own admission.
I've never considered having a will before.
that doesn't make any
Right.
sense.
How tasty does? So this is in. Well, I'm going to ask
Out
a
of
question.
character that you're asking the DM.
No. This is It is in character, but I want to make it an observation. How tasty does Space look to me?
Space is a piece of gum that appears to exist in more dimensions than you can properly comprehend.
Okay, but how tasty do they look?
Not very. Gum's not yummy.
How do you feel about gum?
My
Appears
character.
to be generic, undescript gum flavor.
Okay.
Gum flavor.
I think I'm going to try. I think I'm going to pull Fabian aside and ask her. Do you think I should eat Space?
At that point, I think we would need another medium in. So
I think I missed that whole thing.
right now we exist in space. If you
Mhm.
ate space, we'd have to find another medium in which to dwell.
Probably not. I think a lot of these guys are kind of like me. And yeah, I wonder if I could take on their attributes.
If you could be like the fabric.
How
on
secretive
which-
are you being of this question?
Oh, I'm only talking to Katie.
Okay. You're like trying to keep anyone else from noticing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the thing is, I was gonna try that with Extinction a while ago, or even Death, but they were a little too spicy. But here we have Space, who's pretty timid, and looks, as they say, easy to swallow.
How many dimensions do you have?
So, as a dessert, not very many. But I'm sort of a shape changer, which usually means that there's more than meets the eye. So I could probably pull it off. What do you think?
If space has more dimensions than you, it will be able to simply slip out of your stomach.
That's a possibility. But because this is kind of like a mindscape, maybe there'll be some kind of accommodation that works. It's a hunch.
What if you become space?
Yeah, that's
then
my plan. Yeah, if I devour space,
Then you'll be a
then I'd
trapped
become.
princess. Do you want to be a trapped princess? Would that be desirable?
Wait, you don't hear me. Only Kitty
Okay,
did
you're
hears
right.
me.
That's out of character.
Oh, it's out of character. Well, space by their own admission says that they don't really have a will, and they know they don't have a will. So maybe
So you'll become their will.
Yep, I'd be the agent directing space.
Would you be able to do things that exist in space?
I don't know yet. I'd only know after I'd done it.
While
Or
this
failed to do it.
conversation is happening,
Huh?
Space will formally request a duel with your knight in shiny armor.
Oh, okay. Well,
Who is it referring to?
the one wearing armor.
The one who has presented you. She's referring to whichever among you thinks you will be the one to be fighting.
I've declared myself to be the knight. Listening Chaos hasn't said anything, but clearly considers himself to be the superior skill sword fighter. And Agatha has said, "You have my service," very fancily. So there are multiple candidates here. I think it should be me, but
yeah. So what Space has done is requested a sword fight with your knights. So hasn't weighed in on the situation and wants you guys to inform her who the knight is. Who did she just request a sword fight with?
okay. Well, I step forward and do the fancy
Which of us
thing with
is
your
gonna fight the
sword.
dragon?
She
I step forward and do the fancy thing with your sword that like they do in fencing. Whoa, wah, like to be at the ready.
yeah. Her sword seems a lot easier to comprehend than the rest of her, and by that I mean it appears to be two-dimensional and just switch which dimensions it is as it goes up.
Up and down versus left and right. Amazing.
It's on the XY axis. No, hold on. How to spell?
Like most things are three-dimensional. I realize we've been saying, "Are you three-dimensional?" Like that's a thing, but like in order for a thing to exist in reality, it has to have 3 dimensions.
Yeah. So this one is easier to understand how it exists, but harder to understand that it exists. This one is two-dimensional, except which 2 dimensions it's in switches.
Excellent. So
As
it's
it
like a flat
Up the
line,
length of the way.
like a flat line existing in space that changes to be left, right, up, down, sideways.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
twerked
that's what
in.
it is.
And twerked in. So it twerks a bit.
So at some point it's like it starts at the handle and it goes up and then goes at a sideways angle thing and then goes back to going up and then just goes into 2 other dimensions that you can't see, but then pokes out a bit again and then just disappears entirely, either because it's ended or because it's keeps going in places you can't see.
Cool. I'm expecting to lose this fight because it is really, really, really freaking hard to defend yourself against a sword you cannot see or conceive of. That's fine. Let's go.
Let's do this.
And it doesn't have to pierce your skin. It could just stab you in the middle.
So it hasn't started the sword fight. So I don't know what to do with that.
Give me just a minute. I need to decide what move I want to use. So the way you sword fight is you use a move, right? So I could try to figure out a person, or I could try to entice. I could try to parlay with a toxic power, but I'm not sure space counts as a toxic power.
You could absolutely in this instance, though.
Or I could try to incapacitate someone with violence. And the problem is that I am very bad at most of these things except for incapacitating someone with violence. So all of the, like, play fighting that we do to get to know each other, I'm bad at. I don't know how to hold back without not hurting it, without, like, just not doing much.
Okay.
So I could roll to incapacitate her with violence, but I mean, I could do that. That's an option. Or I could roll to defy disaster.
Let me read.
Or I could be really, really bad at, like, hitting on her. All of these things are totally possible.
Okay. I will add to your list of things that are possible to the figure out a person, and you roll with plus daring.
Can I figure out a person with daring if I'm in a sword fight?
No. This time you can roll figure out a person with daring, but instead of them asking you a question, they receive a condition.
That sounds bad for them.
So you need to roll a 10 to not overdo it. But because they challenged you to this sword fight, you can use something more comfortable to you, putting them at greater risk.
Okay, so I'm gonna, like, I step forward and then I, like, kind of, like, hesitate and then I, like, look at Agatha and I'm like, do I go all out? And what I'm imagining is that space... Go ahead.
There's no Agatha. Try again.
Gathar. Ridiculous. Losing letters in your name. Not responsible for this. So I'm like, do I go all out? And I'm imagining that space hears that and is like, yeah, go all out. Let's go.
I just kind of like raise my eyebrows and gesture to space.
Space is like, should I also go all out?
Sure. Alright, so I'm going to use the fight move. Because that's what we're agreeing to do.
Okay.
Basically. So yeah, I don't think this has anything to do with, like, getting out of here alive or defending Agatha. So we're just gonna roll with daring. Yay, I got a 10. Okay, so when you seek to incapacitate someone with violence, roll daring or grace. I would like to take an object from my opponent or seize a superior position. To demonstrate how good I am at doing the thing. So I advance, and her sword is moving in ways I literally cannot comprehend, and so I pick up one of the tables and throw it at her. And then, when she dodges that, I am standing on top of the table, and I jump down towards her. I would...
So she dodges the table. Well, what are the two things you're trying to do here? You get 3.
Seize a superior position. I would like to flirt with her and gain a string on her.
Okay.
And probably sort of accidentally inflict a condition. Just because Vivelda does not know how to hold back.
So your plan is to throw the table, and her response to you throwing the table is like swinging her sword so the part you can't see intersects with the table, but the part you can see, like, hits you. So apparently she can swing through walls. That's nice to know.
Yeah, that's very useful to know. She gets to pick one to inflict on me in response.
Yeah, so... And then, she gets hit full on by the table. She does not dodge it. And, appears to, like, seep through the table to be on top of it with you. And jumps up and pecks you on the cheek.
When she jumps up onto the table, I'm gonna be like, you might say you're at the top of your game.
You're gonna be what? I didn't hear that.
You might say you're at the top of your game.
She's going to jump up and peck you on the cheek. So she will flirt and gain a string.
Ah, okay, great.
Roll for bad puns.
For extra
To which I
madness,
imagine
there's like a hunted deer on this table. Just for full mom joke experience here.
All right.
she I imagine, like, in response to getting pecked on the cheek, you accidentally sideline her into the nearby wall.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa, there's an enemy too close, and I like suplex her into the wall, and then I'm like, hang on. That was a kiss. Oh, I dumb.
Alright, Vivelda and Space are now sharing strings on each other.
Fab, I've written it down.
Well, that's definitely convenient.
What condition is she taking, and will that knock her out?
She is not knocked out. Let me look at the condition list. I forgot that's a list, and I have to be aware of that.
Angry, frightened, guilty, hopeless, insecure.
Hopeless. She doesn't think you can beat the dragon.
Okay, that's fair.
She's like, I'm impressed by you suplexing me against a wall that was like 3 feet away from you at the time,
I'm like, oh, sorry. Oh, uh-oh.
but I'm not sure that's enough to beat a dragon in a fist fight. Or a
That's-
sword fight.
That's okay. I can prove you wrong.
Well, I wish you luck.
But, like, I mean, if you decide that you're okay, like, being a dragon's princess, like, that's okay, too. Like, you get a pick.
I have started thinking about it, because apparently you guys think what I think matters. And I'm pretty sure I have siblings somewhere, and I would like to find them. And being a trapped princess won't help.
There. Okay. Now we can head off. How do we leave this place?
I think we all hold hands, and you tell me where you want to be, and then you stop dancing.
I'm gonna like look to
Oh.
Workden to see the half of me that is still dancing and be like, oh yeah, that's doing that. Oh, this whole time?
We've been dancing the whole
This
time.
whole time?
Wait, now that you remember that another part of you exists dancing, you guys see through those eyes additional shapes of space. And gee, it sure would have been nice to see that before you got in a fight.
Is she
Oh.
infinite and full of the world and
You would guess that you see most of her between your 4 eyes. You see most of her.
she is beauty, she is grace, she will drop kick you on your face?
Apparently, you are the one drop kicking people.
Yeah, well, she let me, probably.
She encouraged it.
She started it.
She begged for it.
Yeah. Like, you can't really hold me responsible.
No.
How beat up does space look?
Space looks like they've put the damage somewhere you can't see, is what space looks like. You know they aren't as pristine as they look right now.
Okay.
Okay, because my
That's-
plan was if one condition was going to knock her out, to use my ability to absorb conditions. I could just be like,
Nah.
nah, that's my condition. Taking it, pocketing it.
And
She-
Vivelda beat it.
Extends enough arms for each of you to hold one. Apparently unaware of what the idea of a circle is.
Reminder to Agatha, no one listened to you when you were like, hey, I need to talk to you.
Also, at the moment, Listening and Phibian are both having secret conversations in the back.
I'm gonna ask a friend. I'm gonna call for a friend.
Okay, what you got?
So, well, I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try to talk to my friend Loose Bundle of Sticks.
Loose bundle of snakes. Okay. Um, the walls themselves seem to shimmer, and
There's a lot of
the
sporks in this place.
and space looks like concerned and like concentrating for a moment before giving up, and actual just regular snakes come through the walls and form loose bundle of snakes.
Okay, but when it comes together, does it look like a food?
Nope. It's just snakes. Apparently loose bundle has broken regular snakes into this ultra place because someone decrease the efficiency of space.
Nice.
Snakes are food
Well,
if you're brave enough.
It could be food. I'm going to pull snakes aside with Katie did and basically tell them like my plan and see what they think. So I'm thinking well, space is weakened right now, and they're not really good at their job. And it could be really useful to take on what space has. What do you
If you
think?
want control of space, you probably need to go find her in the other world.
Wait, time out. What? There's another version of her in another world?
Yes, the dragon is holding Space's body in the other world. That's why Space is a princess trapped.
Oh, okay. This reminds me of something. It feels really important, but I can't remember it exactly. Good to know. Well, what do you think? What would happen if I just took on what was here?
I think it would do very little or much too much, and I don't know which.
Okay. Well, I'll hold off on it for now. I'll keep that idea in my back pocket. What do you think, Katie did?
Yeah, I think we should be careful about. I don't actually know. I defer to your judgment.
Okay. So in that case, I'll hold off for now. But we have a goal in mind. We should look for Space's origin of thoughts back home, which is not something I would have expected.
And then give space a will.
We could do that. Maybe reconnect them. And
Listening
maybe that
chaos.
might.
While you're
Hmm?
talking with Phibian about this, you appear to have lost sight of Bundle of Snakes. Relocating them, they are arguing with Space on whether or not the snakes get to be here.
Okay. All right. Oh wait, I was reading. What did you say? I was reading a thing.
You lost sight of Loose Bundle of Snakes. They slithered away when you weren't paying attention. Turns out they are having an argument with Space about whether or not there should be snakes in the land of food.
Okay. All right. Keep my back pocket. We'll think about it for later. Carry on. Thanks, Kaden.
No problem.
The name is Phibian.
Yeah.
Oh,
Her
shoot.
name is actually Phibian.
Ha ha ha. Fool.
Oh, you know.
I know. I've been making fun of you.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
I mean,
sorry.
I always do.
Okay, Vivian, my bad.
Um. How long would you say this have taken? Like a decent amount of time?
talk to snakes?
Everything you've done thus far.
Should be pretty quick. I mean, in real life, it's only been like 5 minutes. So, I mean, probably the most of the time would have been just bundles coming in, loose bundles coming in.
Summoning snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Chat loves your loose bundle of snakes voice.
Yay! I apparently make very good voices, because I haven't heard the end of exxcape's voice.
A reminder, if you would like to have Arm still do voices on demand, she's currently pushing for affiliate, and that's going to be one of the perks. So go over there and follow her.
You got to help me out, guys. I need this in my life, okay?
Anything
Wait, what do you need?
want? The ability to command Arm still to make Escape's voice on demand.
Ah.
Yes.
Speaking of making exxcape's voice on demand, anyone want to roll summon exxcape? Because why not?
I mean, because we probably should, like, get a move on the things we wanted to do.
That's a fact, and it's not like I would immediately turn that into a bad thing to have done. Come on.
My only thought is that, like, if we want to have any chance of introducing the thing that we discussed at the end of the session instead of next session, we need to, like, move.
Okay, so the argument with Loose Bundle of Snakes and Space appears to have ended with Loose Bundle of Snakes becoming now 1/3 their original height. Apparently, as Space is now upset with them.
Oh, okay.
You can have less space.
I mean, he can lose a few pounds. He's a.
I thought you said this was your friend.
Well, yeah, he's my friend, and being at a healthy 100 snakes as opposed to 200 is not a bad thing.
As opposed to 300.
Closer to 300, yes.
Okay. The other bit about that is Space approaches you lot as a whole, and even if you were broken apart into different groups, you realize you're now standing near everyone again. And is like, I'm ready to put you where you're going, to the best of my ability at least. Are you ready to go?
Yes, please get me out of this mad place. This madscape.
Ready.
And she extends enough arms for each of you to grab one.
Oh, while she does that, I'm going to nibble a bit on my crust.
Okay.
Your bandages?
No, my crust. Since I'm a dessert, I'm gonna get a finger, a dab of the cream spilling out of my side, and just suck on it. Okay.
You
This is
taste
now
like
cannibalism.
it could be better. You taste like there's something missing, is what you taste like.
Okay. Well.
Didn't add enough nutmeg, perhaps, or maybe too much nutmeg.
Maybe you're a bit overcooked.
Yeah, that's definitely.
No. It doesn't taste like there's too much of something, or something was overdone. It tastes like there's something missing, or something
there's
wasn't.
just too marbles in this basket. Too few eggs in this basket.
Too few marbles in this head. Let's go!
We are all definitely short on marbles.
Agatha.
Okay, so looking at you guys and the hand holding and stuff, and I look at the hand that has been extended for me, and I take a deep breath as I give
hold
into
your hand.
I take a deep breath and look down at Vivilda's hand as you see another crack come across my mask, and I give into my feelings, and I've decided to stay.
What?
Space is apparently not perturbed by this and simply retracts the hand.
Gonna stay in Foodland?
This is where I belong.
With these
look at this place.
lunatics?
If you haven't noticed, sweetheart, we're lunatics too.
Ouch.
We're all crazy and flawed and beautiful in our own ways. This is everything that we've looked for. This is everything that I've looked for. Let's face it, I'm not one of you. I'm
Oh,
But what are we gonna do without you?
You're gonna go be heroes while I take care of what I need to take care of here. I have
Like,
every
giving you a
faith.
proper name, Gathar, is much not enough.
I agree.
I think I have an L.
Do you have an I and an E as well?
I probably.
Excellent. May I borrow that?
The space will like shuffle around inside of themselves and produce is actually holding a little ball of light that reminds you of the letter L, and then like after a bit more produces the letter E, and then looks around and reaches into listening snakes and produces an I.
what?
Get thefted, bro.
And Snakes is like, no, now his name is Gur, not Eager. One of the snakes like gets upset and leaves, but clearly Loose Bundle of Snakes doesn't need that one specifically.
Right.
So
What are you changing your name to?
I am starting to tear up. My eyes are flashing between yellow and blue as I take these three letters and I hold them up above my head as the rest of my name shines up above them, and I arrange the letters together to give myself the name Gathriel.
Oh, an angelic name.
I dropped my knees beside you so that we're on equal level, and my eyes are welling up as well, and I'm like, what am I going to do without you?
Someone's like, she went in the
The
kitchen.
baby
Like,
also likes this trick of making water come out, and is now crying, but doesn't appear to understand what it's supposed to mean.
you said, not feeling good.
I like pat the baby gently on the head, but I'm not paying attention to it.
I start full on crying now. I'm gonna give myself another feelings as you see splinter cracks just start going all over my face. Like my mask is falling apart at this point, or
no.
practically falling apart. I'm shattering and tears are streaming down my face. And I look up at you and I grab the baby and I put the baby in your hands and I look up at you and I touch your cheek and I say, "You will take care of our love. And you will always remember that I'm only a dance away."
Oh no, no. And I'm like with the hand that isn't holding the baby, I'm like trying to like cup your face in my hand and like hold the mask together so that your cracks don't fall apart.
I accept the touch, but a moment later I kind of push your hand away and I close my eyes and look up as my China doll just shatters.
And inside is not the familiar black smoke you're used to.
Oh, here I am all prepared with my button switching.
Character developments. Gathriel also didn't expect this, but I'm forcing a new shape. Are you going to come up with one right now, or am I going to do what I got?
Go for it.
Okay. Gathriel, the shell explodes, and inside you see a creature that doesn't stand out as much as you would have liked it to, considering where you are. It appears to be a pastry that features like one of those things of candy that are made to look like pastries. It's got gumballs instead of cherries. It's got like sweet cake bread. It's got, and it is fairly similar to the shape, to the material Listening Chaos is made out of, but all made out of candies and cakes instead.
Mm.
All right. May I have wings?
Yes, but they don't pick you up.
That's fine. I just want them to be there because they're pretty.
Framing device.
So, taking my new form, I immediately stop floating because I can't float anymore because my letters are dragging me down. And I look up and I give Vivilda a very passionate kiss. And I smile brightly and close my eyes, and you can see the part of me that is dancing fades. And so, like, stops dancing, and I'm just one whole person.
I said this at the beginning. No, everyone present is dancing, even the candy people.
Oh, well, what I was trying to do is play the
Yeah.
moment
You
where
were
I've
trying to
decided
cement your
to stay
existence
here.
but
Yeah.
that's what the food thing did.
Okay. Yeah, see, I talked to you about that, but I guess I didn't.
Oh, well, I didn't understand. My bad.
No worries. Anyway, no, that's fine. Okay, so I'm candy person and I'm still dancing. That's totally okay. But yeah, and so I hand Vivilda my book, and I hand Vivilda my knife.
I don't. No.
Sweetheart, look at me.
Don't you love me?
Of course I do. You've got a destiny beyond this place, and I do not. Go save the world for me, huh?
At this point, I'm gonna gently put my hand on Revelda's shoulder and pull them back. And I'm gonna say, love is growth. And sometimes what?
Sorry, continue. I thought you said love is gross.
Oh no, no.
I'm sorry, please continue.
Love is growth. And sometimes love means stepping away and finding yourself. Self-love is important too. And we have to respect that. We absolutely have to.
I'm just gonna kind of like collapse into myself and like cry on your shoulder.
That's okay. I'm going to pat you on the back while you cry, and I'm going to use my other hand to well, if Gathriel had hair, I would be tussling their hair, but so it's that kind of same gesture, that kind of same energy.
I smile widely and I grab one of your fingers and kind of drag it through the top of my hair so you just have a little dollop of my frosting hair on your finger. And then I look up at you and wink and smile. And then I'm gonna crawl up onto Vivilda where I usually sit on her shoulder and kind of drag her attention towards me. And I'm going to put my hands on her mask and say, "May I?"
Okay.
So I remove their mask and I place it in their hands and I look them right in the eyes and I say, never hide who you are. Because who you are is the woman that I fell in love with.
No, not that one. This one.
Remember, I'll always be here. And if you need to find me, I'm just a dance away. You go out there and save the world for me, huh?
Okay. And I'm gonna just kiss you.
The infant has finally realized what's going on and has begun to actually cry as opposed to just well up with tears.
Okay, don't cry. Don't cry. It's okay. Do you want to keep the baby? We should figure out custody really quick.
That's entirely up to you.
I think it makes the most sense to leave the baby with Agatha, personally. We don't have to risk, like, I don't know what will happen to it when it comes into the real world. Does it have another half that is dancing?
No.
Yeah, I don't know what will happen to the baby. So I'm gonna kind of like cradle the baby and like look at it, and then I like look to Warkden, and there's like no other baby, and I'm like, maybe you should keep it though, and I'll keep this, and I'm gonna bend down and pick up what remains of your China doll mask. It's in fragments, but still holding together, still visibly a mask, and I'll tuck that in my pocket.
I smile and take the
When you
baby
reach
and then hop
into
down.
that pocket you're tucking in, you realize that inside is not the bag that has theft and tuck in it. They appear to be over sitting at a table talking.
I didn't have theft and tuck, but that's still accurate.
No. Garth, how do I say your name? New name?
Gazriel.
Gathriel.
Gazriel, put it in your bag earlier. Put the tuck bag into your bag earlier.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
I call over to the table. You're getting better at that.
As you do, Theft walks over and like looks physically pained by what they're about to do, and then just starts pulling things that used to be in your bag out of them and just like puts them down and walks back over to the table.
Hey, that's my map!
Most of the contents of your bag was apparently stolen by Theft while they were in there, but apparently Tuck has talked them out of it.
Oh, thanks.
You are gonna have your hands full with these two.
And then some. But I have a feeling they're going to like it here too.
Gorb speaks up and is like, I don't think
Gathriel?
I don't think Gathriel will
It's
have to do it.
Galadriel, but with a th.
Okay, Galadriel is more of a peculiar name for me. And Gorb and what's their name?
Gorb,
Liana.
Tuck, and Liana.
All appear to be of the impression that they're staying too.
Fabian had like a romance thing going on with Liana. Do you want to try to persuade your lady love to come along?
Oh, Liana's staying?
She was thinking about
Yeah.
staying, yeah, because Agatha's staying and she's part of Agatha's entourage.
Oh.
Oh, you thought this was just my drama? You're welcome to have some more drama. Remember, you can describe how you're feeling, like if you're like shocked or you like want to say something but you can't think of anything, or like you can just describe how you're feeling and reacting to it. You don't have to think of like something good to do.
Okay, I'm guess kind of disappointed and sad. Also kind of I don't know if I've like established enough of a rapport to like ask that of her. Like I kind of feel like I didn't.
You want to say something, but you don't know if you have the reputation to say it.
The strings.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'm gonna look over at Fibian, who's obviously at war with their own emotions, and look right at them dead in the eye and be like, "Well, go on."
um
I believe in you.
Can I roll to inspire or add courage?
That sounds like emotional support.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's
So
see.
you can roll
But
plus
is
heart or
that-
spirit, plus 3 more if you spend a string on them. The other thing you can do is spend a string, just straight up be like, I'll give you 1 XP point if you go do the thing.
I will
Okay.
assist. I will assist listening.
Question is, should I?
Excuse me?
Question is, should I?
I'm
The
gonna,
answer
like-
is you should do whatever your heart tells you to.
This is a game about emotions. You can't have any if you never go for it. And after
I
all, you are a
feel-
character about trying new experiences, so if Have Your Heart Broken was on the list, today's a good day for that!
I feel like this isn't the time. Like this isn't. This is a. This love was a fruit that never ripened. Like it's. I as a person need to move on and actually establish connections with a person before taking that next step.
Okay. That sounds wise. Yeah, that sounds
I hope
wise.
so.
I can respect that.
Or
Um,
yeah.
Liana is going to very awkwardly walk up to you and be like, I haven't ever read anything about this, so I don't know for certain. But I think this is something you give to people who mean something to you. And she's holding a physical manifestation of a string. She's like, I know that this has a pull stronger than the distance can be between us. So I never want you to think that I'm too far away for you to reach. Would you like a string on Liana?
I take the string and then I hug her. I'm just kind of like tears, but not like a ton of tears, but not a little tears. I don't know. It's a kind of a.
It's sad,
Appropriate
and you're
markers.
crying, but not like falling apart.
It's sad and sweet. It's bittersweet.
Yeah.
And
So, context, if you're joining us, we have been in this lunatic world of where things don't make any sense, where everything is food, for about 3 sessions now, and we are leaving. But some of our players have decided to stay, and so we are dealing with the repercussions of that, and reducing the number of waifus we have, which is tragic, if you ask me. But nobody did, so.
I accept the string, and I tell her that I'll treasure it, and then I'll see her again someday.
She gives like one of those smiling to be brave smiles and is like, I look forward to it.
All right. Then, in that case,
Honestly, what I wanted to bring with me was a string on Agatha, but those don't transfer. That's not going to be real.
Space looks like she understands what's going on, but like she doesn't grasp it emotionally, like she hasn't matured enough to realize what emotionally is happening. And then you hear a very familiar and very perturbed voice shouting, and Space is very suddenly more keen for you guys to grab hold right now.
all right. So I'm going to grab Space's hand and going to say good luck to all of you, and you know, I'm always here if you need me. And yeah, let's get going before something new happens that we probably don't want to repeat.
As I hear the voice storming down the hallway, my face goes from tearful goodbye to all business. And yeah, I just call out, "All right, boys, form up. Let's buy him some time."
It is the voice of perfect chaos, for the record.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We know.
Yeah.
My new weapon is a candy cane.
I would flip her off or say something spiteful, but like is really sad. So I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna spin the red thread that is Agatha's string that's tied around my weapon, like a tassel, and like grip it tightly, and then just like turn away, like I can't look.
And then you stop dancing all at once. You can't tell if it's because you decided to stop dancing, or maybe like the distance between dance moves suddenly became too great for you to complete. But all at once,
Boy, that's
you
a
are
sentence.
yep. You are now standing in the dirt living room, looking at a dragon, an eastern dragonfly.
All right. All right. I'm gonna say hi.
She is going to drop what she's holding, which breaks, so it's hard to tell what exactly it was that she was holding,
Probably wasn't important.
and kind of just look at you dumbfounded for a bit.
Is it like she dropped flesh?
No.
Okay.
We're not gonna drop babies. Like seriously, what are you?
No. I said not babies, flesh. So
Something that shattered against the floor.
oh, it's shattered. Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick, is there natural sunlight in here?
There is sunlight in here, yes.
Okay. That just a little side thing, like last thing we all put in before you guys get into this fight. Vivilda, the book I gave you starts to kind of shimmer in the sunlight as it pools and collects around the cover of the book. You notice that it filled in gold are the words "A Dance of Porcelain and Glass."
Oh man, it's a book. You sent me a book. I'm pretty sure I can read.
I gave you my book and my knife.
The book that you write with, right? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm definitely still crying, but I'm going to bare my teeth, draw my sword, and be like, hi!
In a flurry of movements, like very clearly unprepared, the dragon apparently grabs its sword with its tail and passes it up through its snake-like body to its hand, and is like holding their sword ready at you. And they're like, hi, hello, how?
I'm just going to attack it.
Oof.
Unless Listening
Okay.
Chaos stops me.
I will not.
All right, roll to do something.
I'm rolling to do violence.
Oh boy.
I have no chill at the moment. I made a fury. I do tuck the book and like the random 15 million crap that theft give me. What the hell with this theft into my pocket? I shove everything like hastily into my pocket. Give the baby to someone. Fabian, you want a baby? Wait, we left it with
No,
Agatha.
the baby stayed behind.
Okay, good. I no
I
longer
have the
have to worry
baby.
about a baby constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. And then I go.
All right, go.
That's a mixed beat. I would like to use one of my luck points, my love points, to turn it into an upbeat.
All right. As you dive in, you very suddenly realize why Space was unhappy with your performance, and the answer is the sword you thought was a sword breaks into a 3-piece blade on chain. So it's like a 3-piece whip with blades. And
Cool.
you somehow, through means beyond your reckoning, you successfully dodge whatever the heck that attack was and straight up uppercut her into the ceiling.
Oof.
I'm just like, nope, I saw this trick before. Like 5
So,
5 minutes ago.
What would you like with your upbeats?
Doesn't weigh very much.
Let's see, our options are
What do you mean she doesn't weigh very much? Vivelda picked up a trebuchet that anchored itself to the ground and moved it.
yeah, I did that last session. It was pretty epic.
Mhm.
I would like to inflict a condition via violence. Create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction, and take an object from my opponent or seize a superior position. I'm not sure what kind of objects are available to take.
Okay. You, they take a condition. The condition is frightened.
We just dropped into their living room and now I'm trying to murder them? That's reasonable. And I seem really mad.
What was the second one? You were taking something of theirs, and you were also...
I'm making an opportunity for an ally. It is up to my allies, Fabian
Okay,
and
okay.
Listening Chaos, what they are going to do with that.
I'll charge in.
They they get uppercut to the ceiling and take the condition frightened because what? And also they drop something shiny that Vivelda finds just too convenient to not pocket. And
Vivelda is not a kleptomaniac, unlike many of my other D&D characters. But she will pocket this thing.
And the dragon appears to be dazed, so that the next roll against them is made at +1.
Okay. Someone else go. Yeah. Listening.
Fabian is
I
fighting.
definitely remember that you were like, "Let's talk to it first."
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure Vivelda actually remembers that too. She just doesn't care.
No,
Can I do
that's
a figure out person with a sword?
Yep.
You can do that. Yep.
Yay for aggressive diplomatic negotiation.
sounds very painful figuring someone out with a sword. Ouch.
It can't be worse than getting bodily moved to the ceiling in one blow.
She has wings. She could have dodged.
I've done dissections. I think it's worse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, we're not doing. We're not. It just so happens that in Thirsty Sword Lesbians, your emotions are passionate and laid bare when you sword fight. It also just so happens that all my emotions are currently rage.
Ooh. Alright, so I'm not going to stop the fight because, A, things just happened and they also surprised me. But, I'm not letting that show. And also, I see that Katie. I see that Fibian
Fibian.
is also jumping in. So this is kind of a group effort, which I can't approve of, but I'm not going to stop. There's something important is happening right now. So, and on the ceiling too, and on the floor now. So let's see what
Right,
happens next.
I rolled a wit of 10.
Oh, you rolled in the wrong roll. Rolling spot? Where'd you roll?
I believe physically.
You have-
Physically.
Oh, I
With a
mean,
die.
that's fine, probably.
Would you rather I do it digitally?
No, it's okay. It's okay if it's okay with arm steel. I don't care.
Yeah, it's fine. You added all the right pluses and didn't give yourself any peculiar pluses.
You rolled 2d6 instead of a d20.
I rolled a 6 and a 4, and I don't have any pluses or minuses to wit.
Okay, but you also get a +1 because Vivelda created an opening for you.
Ah, so
Oh,
you got an
okay.
11.
Woo!
You're welcome.
And I asked the question.
So on a 10,
Am I?
let me help you out. When you try to understand a person, roll plus wit. You may ask 2 questions now or later in the stream. Additionally, because you're figuring out a person with sword fighting, there's a question on your character sheet, the second page, that says when you figure out a person during a physical conflict, you may ask an additional question, and it lists 2 questions. So what are those 2 additional questions?
Okay, on my character sheet, my second page.
It's near the top.
The truths of heart and blade.
Yes. So the first one talks about what to do when you're smitten with someone. The second one talks about what to do when you figure out a person during a sword fight. It lists 2 additional questions. What are your extra questions?
What makes you feel loved? And what do you hope for the future?
So you get 1 of those questions and 2 of the following questions. What are your feelings towards blank? What do you hope to get from blank? How could I get you to blank? Who do you love? What do you love most? And how would you feel if I blank? So you get a total of 3. 1 of your specials and 2 of the specials. 2 of the other. And to be clear, you don't have to ask these questions out loud, especially if it doesn't really make sense that they would answer them out loud. They're truths you get.
Meaning.
Yeah, things you get from this conversation. Whether that's because they told you or because you're clever.
I want to know what they hope for the future.
What they want from the future is they are concerned about about how important Sugar Mama is and the fact that a bunny just came in. What they want for the future is that situation to turn out well.
By well means that Sugar Mama not die, or like
they don't. It's unlikely Sugar Mama won't die soon.
But they want the community to not fall apart when that happens?
Yeah.
So they have their hopes for the future are good things for the people who live
good
in the
things
dry.
for the people they never interact with.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
All right. I want to know, what does the dragon love most?
The dragon most loves their most loves the desert.
Is that the place or the people in it or both?
The place.
And the last question is, how would you feel? No, wait.
How would you feel if I is an appropriate start, if you want to use that? You could also say if we,
That's not what
because
I
you're
wanted.
already.
You could also ask me to read the list again.
What are your feelings toward the mushroom? The
The wet?
wet.
Their feelings are anything but that.
They hates it. But not in like a personal manner.
Like in a personal manner, anything but that.
Hmm. Anything but the wet. Ooh, I wonder if this means... So this means that we know that the dragonfly knows about the wet.
Yes. In fact, that was one of our ideal outcomes. We were hoping the dragonfly might be able to help us get back to the wet, or help us understand what's going on in the dry, or literally anything. That was a while ago, but we were hoping to get information from the dragonfly.
I was mildly distracted. What was the last thing Fibian said?
Oh,
She said so she knows about the wet.
Yes, she does. She seems to think it's called the Hidden.
the hidden.
So I'm kind of imagining that the way this plays out is, so I slam her into the ceiling, and then Fibian like sort of catches her and like flips her over and spins her down, and she gets a good look at Fibian and who and what she is, and she's like, "Ah, you're from the wet."
Anything but the wet, precious.
No, precious.
After Fibian has finished her conversation, I want to assess the dragonfly.
Okay.
Is that figure out a person or just?
Do you just want to look at them?
Well, I want to see if they're like knocked out. If they're knocked out, that'd be great.
They look like they can really only take me and uppercut it into the roof maybe one more time.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait for Fibian's conversation to end.
Okay.
I don't know if Fibian was really having a conversation. They were mostly having an exchange of like expressions and looks. And from that, her like, "You're from the wet," she was able to glean, "Ah, you like the dry, you hate the wet. You think it's called the..." Oh, she says the hidden. "You're from the hidden," and that's how we get that. And then your other question: what do we love most? What do you hope for? And probably what do you hope for? You're probably getting from. Okay, stop me if I'm like talking too much. But you're probably getting that from like looking around. There's probably like stuff and diagrams of the hidden, of the dry, and like notes or whatever. I don't know.
Okay. In that case, then, I'm going to walk over to the dragonfly. I'm gonna kneel as much as I can as a dessert, and then
you're at dessert right now.
well, I'm not.
We're back,
You're back
in
home.
reality.
You're back being shadowed.
Oh, even better! Hooray! Okay.
Brenda, fix
So-
that.
You're welcome.
Okay,
I
so-
did one thing good today.
Thank you.
Good job.
No, I meant fix it on stream.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, fine.
So I'm going to walk up. I'm going to kneel next to their body, which is still, kind of, I guess, slightly concussed and disoriented. Are they scared at all?
Yeah, they took the condition frightened.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to say,
they are scared out of their minds.
Okay. So in that case, I'm gonna like just pet their head, like very
That is so creepy.
Well, yeah, it is supposed to be creepy. Okay, I'm gonna pet their head very very what do you call it? Very
Disturbing.
slow.
Creepily.
Yes, very disturbing. Very slowly, and say, I'm sorry about my friends. We're kind of having a moment right now, and you kind of bore the brunt of it. Um, but I wanted to ask you a couple of questions because before we leave this place, we want to know just how it connects to our home. Is that okay with you?
If asking questions will end whatever is happening here, then I will permit asking questions, I suppose.
All right, good. That sounds wonderful. When a
She
crack
appears to be trying to like usher you out of her house and into outside.
without her or with her.
She'd prefer if you guys leave first, but it looks like she wants to have this conversation outside.
My
Okay.
primary response is I am considering how best to attack again with chaos in my listening in my way.
Oh, in that case, then I'm gonna like be, if I notice you like still raring to fight,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna kind of like widen that way you can't see through me and kind of shielding them a little bit. And I'm like, okay, let's talk outside. Let's get some get some clean air to clear our thoughts. But I'm gonna help them up, but I'm gonna have them walk in front and follow behind.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. She's not in any sort of position or mental state to argue with anyone, so she'll just do.
Good. And when she's walking out, I'm gonna ask her. So, tell me, what's your name? What do you go by?
I am not supposed to have visitors, so
Okay.
I've only been called the Keeper for quite some time.
Just the keeper. Okay. So, hi, keeper. My name is Listening. Um, I've been around for a while, and I've never seen you before. But you do something that kind of resonates with my experience in our world, which is that you bring children into this world. How do you do that?
This is where I'm going to distract from the conversation just a moment to describe where you are.
Okay.
You are on you are outside in a desert with what looks like a very unnaturally circle hole cut out of the sand, even though the sand should be falling in, it doesn't.
Okay.
And you describe maybe like about half a mile up from the center of the hole appears to be the location of the sun. It's
Okay.
not as big as the sun. You'd imagine it a bit bigger than the dragon's house.
Okay. So it's a bright light, and the light is pouring into a deep hole. Okay.
And everywhere else as well.
Okay.
But, like, this is still a bright desert.
But the sun
Yeah.
is like an arm's length away.
Oh.
No. It is, however, one impressive jump or maybe some flight away.
Okay. So this still sticks with my with Listening's idea that we're kind of in the world of forms, and yeah. Does the sun give off heat, or is it just light?
It gives off heat. This is a desert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, definitely the world of forms. And I'm definitely gonna think in the back. So, I personally think that this world is kind of like in the background maintaining our own, and there's some parallels that are kind of scary, but there's a lot to glean from them. So, I'm gonna ask her. So, what do you call this place? Keeper.
This place
Mm-hmm.
is referred to by the locals as the Dry.
The Dry. Okay. And this specific section where you live, does it have a particular name?
I have never needed a name. There was never anyone else to talk with about it.
Okay. Well, now you have someone to talk to about it. And you know what? We have a lot of time because if we I want to go back home. My friends want to go back home. And if we can't go back home, I think we're going to remain your problem.
Being as many of you look like insects or arthropods of some description, I imagine here is where you guys want to be.
Oh, good.
You
So,
don't have to worry about food, not with the sun about. You don't have to worry about anyone else's expectations. It's only me, and I find you welcome to do as you please.
okay. That's a
What you
good.
truly need, you can find made of wood or stone. I don't see why you wouldn't stay.
So when you
Well,
blocked me from attacking her again, I like scowled at you, like I'm gonna get
Mhm.
you. Was like
Yeah, but
a very hostile scowl.
oh, I didn't see it though
No, you didn't
because
see it.
nope, I did not see it. And I am actively not seeing it. So,
I am aware.
Mhm.
But I
So
did follow you outside, and I am currently refraining from murdering anything.
good. And I'm gonna say, so Guardian, I know you've been here for a while, and I know that you're familiar with this place. So I want to ask you, what do you consider this place home?
Yes,
Now, what if
where I live.
now what would happen if I took you right from here and put you in a place that was wet and full of poison? Would you feel okay by that? Would that make you happy?
I have no desire to return to the hidden.
You want to return? Oh, okay.
She said
Well,
she said
that
she didn't.
no. I'm
You're
just
purposely misinterpreting it. Carry on.
No. I'm not purposely misinterpreting. She said return, so that means they left. That's what I
Ah.
heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's insight.
You're paying attention to things. Wild.
So I'm gonna, yeah. So I'm gonna say, okay, return. Got it. Okay. And why wouldn't you want to return there? That's our home. Like we want to go back because in the same way that this is your home where you feel safe and everything is familiar, our home is on the other side. So maybe, can you tell me why you left?
Well, I didn't choose to leave.
Then
Best
who
I
for?
can tell, that's responsible. And she points up at the sun.
Uh huh.
Listening chaos,
Mm-hmm.
you really like that sun.
Oh, I do. Yeah, it's a beautiful.
No one else seems to have this reaction. You really feel like being inside that sun is the place to be.
Really? Okay. Now that's a new emotion. Um
Be
hmm.
inside the sun instead of putting it inside you.
You know what? Actually, yes. Yeah, that is actually it. So um I'm gonna look at it and be like, huh, interesting. And I was like, give me a moment. What did the why is that sun responsible for you leaving the hidden?
I'm also gonna be like, I followed you guys outside, and I'm assuming Fabian came too. So like Fabian, if you want to interject, I'm gonna be like, yeah, why is everyone here like cute? No, I mean like fluffy. I mean,
Non
I'm
fitness.
not sure where the infants, I believe they're called, come from. But I do know that they have a great interest in mining this hole.
but why aren't they in the hidden? They should be in the hidden. They don't like all the sun. They're weird.
I don't understand it. I believe that if they get hurt, that the sun won't heal them and that in order to heal, or the sun won't keep them nourished either. So in order to heal or eat, they need to eat the sugar.
Couldn't they just come back home?
That would be why it's called screaming sugar. It's because you're screaming when you eat it, because you eat it to fix problems.
It's called what?
So it's medication. It's painkillers. Okay.
Yeah, like painkillers.
That explained why it made me numb before. Okay. So we're learning a lot of. I'm learning a lot of interesting things. And
But that's for them. For us, this is a perfect place. The sun will keep us nourished, and it heals in a bizarre way. But like, if you stay too long and you grow old, you'll just shed your skin and be young again.
okay,
Really?
that part I want more details on. I'm going to
Ooh.
focus very hard on what they're about to say. She's about to say next.
We're in a Star Trek original series Paradise Planet problem.
Why is that a
Why
problem?
do you go back to space?
Oh.
Oh, they had a whole bunch of episodes about like why leave a paradise planet? Why go back to space?
Okay.
Oh, I thought it had to do with the body shedding.
Oh no.
That was also my thought.
Body shedding.
Star
there's
Trek
a
is
response
weird.
to that.
Hmm?
If you ask in character about the body shedding, there's a response to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also like, what, you live forever?
She takes you into the hole, but not very far. Apparently, the topmost ring is different in that most of it isn't a spiral, it's just a ring.
Okay.
And she shows you, about evenly spaced, she has planted her shed skins, and they appear to be growing and producing the wood.
I will audibly say, so the stairs aren't made of dead people.
She
Well,
looks at you like stunned and shocked and a horde, and she's like, I build these stairs very... I
You
take building
build
these
their
stairs very...
stairs, but they don't know you. They don't know who you are.
They know that I keep the grounds very well.
the grounds.
Yes, specifically the crystal isn't part of the grounds.
So I'm going to recap a little bit of what I just learned. The Guardian used to be in the Hidden. Then they came here. What do you call it? They can shed their skin, and their skin grows and turns into the infrastructure. So they're kind of like an all-purpose, I want to say, creator. Okay. Next, when people get sick here, they shed their bodies in they anticipate shedding their bodies if they can't get better on their own. Because so there's a will going.
If people get sick here, either the sun heals them or they eat sugar.
Or they die.
Okay, and they die.
Or they die.
Yeah.
So,
Dead people, that's not part of it.
oh, okay. So then tell me, how do the babies help with shedding your skin? Because
The babies have nothing to do with shedding my skin, to my understanding.
Yeah.
no, not
Okay, so did you make the pink bunny? Purple bunny?
I made the bunny purple, but I didn't make the bunny.
Sugar
Okay, and you
Mama
don't
says
know-
bunnies aren't supposed to be purple.
Bunnies are not supposed to be purple.
okay.
Why did you make the baby bunny purple?
I hoped that making the bunny significant would lessen the impact of losing Sugar Mama.
Well, it doesn't.
So you definitely know the names of the people. Are you watching them?
I watch over them as best I can. They are a great deal distance away.
Okay.
You can't
So-
just trade one person for another person. They're not the same at all.
I'm not in charge of when the people come. The people come and the people die, and that's just how it is. I don't know why they can't shed their skin like me.
Well, then who's in charge? Who's giving you the right? Who's giving you the authority to decide how the children are selected or are designed or painted? Because you chose to make this baby purple with the misguided belief that replacing someone else would be better if that someone else losing their life would be better if they were replaced, because you could have chosen to have this baby be brown or white or green or red instead, and then Sugar Mama wouldn't be in danger of dying. So
No, that's not true. Sugar Mama's lifespan will come to an end when there is a bunny to replace her. That's how the rules of this work. When Sugar Mama grows old and her life is approaching its end, a bunny will be created to replace her. I'm
So
not
any bunny.
responsible for any of that. The facts that I gave that little bunny a point of my daring, which happened to turn it purple, was a sacrifice from me to the bunny to try and make it a little better, that the rules of this reality have taken note that she will die. They haven't even done anything supernatural. It's just the end of her natural lifespan.
huh? You are a very beautiful person because a lot of good things come out of you. You gave daring to the baby so that they could replace the former leader, which
I
means
gave
you want.
daring to the baby so that maybe losing their leader wouldn't be as bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you've precipitated them being a strong person. You helped them because you think being strong is important for the future. So,
All they do is break rocks. I'm left to believe being strong is important.
so you're committed to this population. You want them to succeed. You want them to keep doing what they've been doing for the longest time, and you feel for them.
I
So
do
Is
what I
this
can,
going anywhere?
I'm trying to understand.
That's
Okay,
in character. Vivelda is actively looking for an opportunity to stab people.
okay. It's like Vivelda, sweetie, we love you, and you have every right to be upset. But this is like better than an encyclopedia. Right? Where I'm learning
I
so much.
She gives you a dirty look.
I I put my arm around Vivelda's shoulder. I get the feeling that she's kind of looking for a way to vent her negative emotions from the parting
Where
that
would you
just
get that
happened.
idea? That doesn't make any sense completely. I'll shut
I,
up now.
I don't know. I just kind of silently comfort her
Okay.
as a friend.
Apparently, eating the sugar is a good way to deal with some of those emotions.
It sounds like you're trying to offer emotional support. Would you like to roll?
Me?
No.
No, I'm.
Fibian.
Oh, if Fibian's doing
Oh.
it, then yeah, go ahead and roll.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's a move. Or um
So emotional support, you roll plus heart or plus spirit. You can get an additional +3 if you spend a string on them. Yep.
okay.
I'm the helpful version of Clippy.
Unhelpful version of what?
Jorenda is the helpful version of Clippy. It sounds like you're trying to offer emotional support.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Vivelda is not the helpful version of anything.
all right. I got
Oh yeah, you have real dice.
spirit. I got an 8 plus my spirit is 10.
Nice. So on a 10 plus, so basically, I have to choose whether or not to open up to you. So you put your hand on my shoulder and just kind of like silently support. And I'm gonna just like let out this groan of frustration and then just kind of like slump into you. I'm qualifying that as opening up.
It's okay. We'll get through this.
Meh.
During this entire process, the dragon has moved to the other side of Listening Chaos and is trying to put Listening Chaos between her and Vivelda still.
I'm not surprised. So you get to pick whether to clear a condition, mark XP, take +1 forward, or gain insight from the GM about an obstacle facing one of you. I get to pick one. Also, you get to pick one or take a string on me. So you have an extra option to gain a string on Vivelda. Or you can clear a condition, mark XP, +1 forward, or gain insight from the GM about an obstacle.
What's +1 forward?
Your very next roll gets a +1. You can hold on to that for a little bit and be like, oh, I don't want to use it right now.
If I choose clear condition, is that a clear condition on me or on you?
On you.
Is it an offensive move to take a string on someone?
No.
No.
Taking a string on someone can be neutral, it can be positive, it can be offensive.
You're back to the real world. It's kind of a thing that just happens.
You just have some emotional sway over me.
Katie did the player gets to say Fibian happens to have now a string. Usually the characters in game aren't able to interact with them directly.
Okay, I'll take a string if that's all right.
Yeah.
Not because I want to manipulate you, but just
Hey, there's nothing wrong with trying to get people to make decisions that work better for you. Honestly.
You should totally manipulate her.
Shut up, listening.
She uses violence in order to get what she wants. That's the kind of person you're supposed to manipulate.
Oh.
Hey. Speaking of conditions, should I have taken a condition for engaging in reckless violence instead of, like, following any of the precepts of my devotion? Like, any of them?
Yes.
Like, my devotion is, like, make peace and compromise.
Yeah, I'll let you take a condition for that.
Okay. I'm gonna take the condition angry, and then clear it with this conversation.
Alternatively, you could keep the condition angry and I'll give you an insight.
Fab, I'm doing that.
Woo!
Now I have 3 conditions, fam.
Your insight is that shiny thing that fell into your pocket earlier is a key with the symbol of the sun on it.
Cool. So, back to Listening Chaos and the Keeper. Listening Chaos was just asking who's in charge here. That seems like a good segue.
Yeah, who's in charge of you? Yeah, who put you here? Who said this was okay for you? Who let you know that you can find the babies to help? Like, where are you getting all this info from?
Well, a lot of study, because there's not much to do but study, and a lot of time, because it's not like I'm gonna run out.
So, how did you study? Like, studying what? Shadows? Studying fallen bones? Like, what are you studying?
Primarily, I study the sun.
The sun? I thought you were going to say that. You can fly, right?
No,
No?
I don't think anyone can fly.
Hmm.
It took me quite a while to develop a jump well enough to get to the sun. But back in those days, the pit wasn't so deep.
Well, how about this? If I gave you some rope, could you jump to the sun and then kind of tie something there for us to get up there?
She's going to go very defensive and be like, why do you want in the sun?
What's in the sun?
So I feel like a lot of the things that you said make a lot of sense to me, which doesn't make any sense. So I feel whenever that happens, I feel like that means I should try my best to investigate. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So my name is Listening, and I have seen things, and sometimes, and most of the time, I forget them. But every so often, something pushes forward into my memory, and it's usually a good idea to follow the breadcrumbs. And that sun seems pretty good, and you're telling me that you're getting information from the sun, which doesn't make sense on the surface. So that makes me want to investigate it further.
Well, I have studied the sun very thoroughly. I can answer any questions you have from right here.
But I want to be up there.
Fab. Listening.
Hmm?
You want to be up there?
I think it might be beneficial.
This is a good moment to remember that I can fly.
Oh, you can.
Right. I'm not telling anyone that. I'm not saying that out loud right now. But that is basically what I'm implying. I kind of like shift my coat. I'm like, you want to go up there?
Well, you know what? Maybe we don't need you to do that. But this has been a really lovely conversation. I learned a lot of things, and I think all of us learned a lot of things. And
she is going to frantically check for something in her pocket, and then get more frantic as apparently she can't find it.
I grin at her. It's not a nice grin.
Oh.
And when she sees that grin, she rolls to incapacitate. She fights to incapacitate.
She would like to attack me.
Make a roll.
I would be happy to attack her back.
I'm going to react and intercept that. So I'm assisting Vivelda.
Isn't that a roll? Protect someone?
You're gonna do what?
I'm going to assist them in not getting attacked. So anything I can do to prevent them from getting attacked.
So you're gonna get in the middle of the way. Why don't you defy disaster?
Okay, yep, we'll do that.
Sounds like the thing. You want to stop the fight?
Yeah, that looks like the thing.
And it's let's see. It is
anything you want.
Anything I want. Okay. Because I have like crazy bonuses for using supernatural abilities. But I'm gonna.
You have to say what you're willing to sacrifice.
So I'm willing to sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to get this done. Is that a thing? Where's that?
It's in the move. Yeah. Defy disaster.
Really? I'm looking at my character page. Why did I not see that?
Defy disaster when you push your limits to achieve something extraordinary that's not covered by another move, or to avert imminent danger to yourself or someone else, which is me. Say what you're willing to sacrifice and pick your approach, because this dragon could totally kill me. I'm rolling at 3 conditions. It only has to inflict 2 more.
Okay. So
say what you're willing to sacrifice and pick your approach. And if you roll a mixed beat, the GM will offer you a hard choice or success with the sacrifice. At the upbeat, it doesn't come up. You're fine. You're good.
All right. So, I don't even know what I could sacrifice. Like, I'm willing to
take a condition. You're willing to take the condition instead.
Okay, I'm willing to take a condition instead. So
That's the easiest thing to sacrifice when you're trying to stop someone from getting a condition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll do that. Do I need to roll?
So, if you're going to defy disaster with might, endurance, or courage, roll daring. Swiftness or elegance, roll grace.
Yeah, so you
charm
get to
or
roll,
social insight, roll hearts.
And you get to pick what you want to roll. Any stat is applicable for defying disaster, which is why we do it so often.
So long as you can explain why that stat is applicable, roll heart to stop an active attack. We're past talking. What are you going to do with your heart?
Okay, so I'm going to use my metaphysical power because that's kind of my thing. Before, when Velda said I thought I was a superior swordsman, I do not. I do not think I'm a superior swordsman. I think I'm a superior force in general.
Yeah,
So
you're a
I'm gonna hit
superior fighter, shall we say.
yes. So I'm going to use my spiritual abilities, like, to get in the way, and that means it could be changing shape. It could be um, just like tripping them up in a way that they didn't expect from a person with a normal anatomy, or even just like causing blindness. So um, I'm just making sure they can't hurt
You're
The
like,
Vivalda.
attack fails. That's what you
wild,
want it to do.
wild. I'm actually a tentacle monster.
Okay,
So
give me a roll.
All right. Oh, does that work?
That is the wrong place, and you
Oh,
need
yeah.
a space.
Oh wait, that's right. You're right. Yep, wrong place. All right. R2d6 plus 4. 12. Bam.
Nice. You get. Vivelda, are you also counterattacking in this motion? That you
I,
what
I,
you
I am slightly better now. I have cooled down a bit, and so I will not immediately counterattack because I see that
Okay.
Listening Chaos is trying to stop this, and I don't actually hate Listening Chaos.
so
Mostly.
she dives bodily at Vivelda, and Listening Chaos like opens up their hand and like swallows them, and then a few seconds later they come back out as if they hadn't stopped the jump and slam against the wall, and they were like, "Where was I? Where am I? What?"
I am going to be 300% extra. Stretch my wings, which were probably completely unnoticeable, like they were tucked in next to my sweater, and flap them a little bit and leisurely float into the sky.
Like, I'm gonna say, thank you, honey. You've been so helpful. But we need to go up there. Phibian, are you coming too?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna like.
One more thing.
Hmm?
Where's the
Oh.
princess?
Yes.
What princess are you talking about?
Space.
Near the bottom of the hole.
She's at the bottom of the hole?
I think she's generating the crystal that people are mining through.
What form is she in this world?
If someone wants to roll me a heart.
Yeah, like figure someone out or make a
Sure.
connection to get information.
My heart is garbage.
I'm not doing
I don't.
that. It's up
My
to you,
heart is.
Vivian. You are the only
It's weak.
person who can get information.
My heart is
Ah.
weak.
I have a +1 heart.
hmm
I'll give you a +1 considering what you're doing.
Okay. Six.
We believe you. You don't have to turn on your camera.
+1.
And 11. Nice.
6 and 5 plus 2 is enough.
Mm-hmm. It's
Okay.
a lot.
She is lying through her teeth, and really just wants you to not know enough to ask that question. You also, because you rolled so high, get the free information that the space is in the sun. If something here is space, it's in the sun.
That was my guess.
hmm
Which is why I
Okay.
was so startled by the she's in the crystal information. That it's a lie makes a lot of sense, but you're the only one with that info.
One of you.
Let's go. Let's go. I have a good feeling about this.
All right.
Up or down, because the person with wings is thinking about down.
Yeah, I'll be like, to the sun? Or
To the sun.
okay.
To
I
the
mean,
sun.
I have this key after all, and I'm gonna fly off before she can come at me again.
She like
She can
She
jump to the
tries?
sun, so I better be fast.
yeah. What she does is she jumps at you, but like realizes she didn't jump hard enough and redirects, so she like lands on the other side of the gap, which is still a massive jump.
Yes, doing
Oh,
the
yeah.
specific jump to the sun gap probably requires, like, thinking about it first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So you're carrying the two of us, or is like, are you
I'm gonna
capable of
carry
that?
a rope. I
Okay.
don't know if... I don't think you probably weigh all that much, but I'm pretty sure that 2 whole people is a
Vivelda,
little
what's
bit
your
much.
daring?
3?
Then you can carry them.
Okay, never mind.
All right. I mean,
You
you'd lift
forget
a
3 is as
trebuchet.
high. 3 is as high as anyone should reasonably have. Like, it's peak creature physique.
Fab, I am the buffest
I
sky
moisturize.
frog. I moisturize every day.
All right.
Your
Okay.
friendly neighborhood sky frog easily lifts you both up, is like, hold on, this is very awkward. We acquire some kind of, like, I don't know, sling thing. I don't know. We work on it.
Oh, I can be a sling thing. So.
Oh, okay, good. You wrap yourself around Phibian, and then I pick you both up.
Mhm.
Fab.
Sounds excellent.
Your trip to the sun is unsurprisingly longer than you'd like it to be, and
We should
thankfully
probably hurry.
you find a perch before your wings give out, and like you need to catch your breath.
Oh, okay.
Wait, and that dragonfly
Can
jumps
jump
as
the whole
high?
way?
The dragon jumps the whole way.
Like
Every time she wants to come here.
one single jump.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, well.
There
Games.
is
Yeah, okay, this is tiring, and you both are heavy, and, I mean, no offense, but you're not a little China doll.
There is a doorway. So basically, you've landed on like a balcony, except the balcony's sticking out of the sun, and you couldn't see it from where you stood.
All right,
And
yeah.
there's a glass doorway leading in.
So I'm like, Velda, over there, please. And thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I'll go unlock the door. Well, I hope my key
You unlock
fits.
the door, or you have the key.
It's got a little sun symbol, so I'm like, I hope this works, because we just pissed off the one person who might be able to fix it if it doesn't. Hey, it works!
It works. You have the key. You all go you all hear something unsettling, then go inside and close the door in time to see the dragon make the jump and land on the balcony, but is now locked on the other side of the glass door, and you can only imagine how frustrated she is.
Fab. It is absolutely like a get inside, slam the door, lock it again. Like,
I'm going to look very nonchalant about it. I'm going to look back, see that they're like slamming against the door, and that they're trying to get in, and like pleading with their face to like reconsider. And it means nothing to me. I have a lead to follow.
You actually have a tiled floor that is tiled in a spiral, and at the center is approximately bracelet size I forget what it's called. You guys know what a Mobius strip is?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, it's a Mobius strip, but at least 3 extra dimensions. And it's about the size of a bracelet.
A Mobius strip with 3 extra dimensions. Okay, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a one-sided object that exists in multiple dimensions at once. In more than 3 dimensions at once.
Oh, I know, but you said with 3 extra dimensions, so I'm like, I don't. Okay, well, there you have it.
I don't think it has a name. I don't know how many more dimensions it is, but like it's the thing. That's what you're looking at.
So there's a big circle. It's radiating heat and light on the outside, but on the inside, it's like an acceptable temperature, and we're reptiles anyway. We don't really care.
Yeah.
The answer is, if you were covered in fur, you would probably do just about anything it takes to leave this room.
All right.
But,
Well,
it's uncomfortable but not unbearable here.
Okay.
And
So I'm gonna
in the
walk.
center of this big room is this mind-boggling, multi-dimensional Mobius strip thing.
That's about the size of a bracelet.
Okay.
And
Is there?
on the floor is tiles with the lighter color tiles in a spiral pointing towards the center.
Okay. So I'm going to walk towards the center.
Okay,
And-
as you step on the first tile, it sinks in a bit.
Okay. I'm going to immediately Mr. Fantastic style, like stretch backwards, back onto the stable platform, and I'm going to say, okay, so apparently these spirals are pressure sensitive. So
How many
keep your
spirals
wits-
are there? Like, if we wanted to walk and press every square, would we have to, like, 2 people walk?
Let's see. There are 6 spirals. So if you want to walk on them all at once, you'd need more people.
Okay.
more people. Oh. Can
So
I?
we
But
can't-
the spirals aren't very long. You imagine one person doing it would take like maybe 2 minutes. It's not like a tight spiral, it's a loose spiral.
I think Fibian should talk to the Mobius strip. That's my top
Mobius
guess.
strip
Why
is
are
not a
you?
plane.
I'm chucking you under the bus. Go do stuff.
Okay. So what color tile did listening step on?
Dark,
Whispering-
because that's the vast majority of them. Most of the tiles are dark, some of them are light.
I step on one of the light tiles.
It sinks in a bit.
How much a bit?
And half an inch to an inch kind of range.
And then does it stop?
Yep.
Can it bear my weight?
Yep.
Okay. I step on the next light tile.
Same thing.
And the next one?
Yep.
So
And
you're
the next
stepping
one.
on all the light tiles all the way to the center.
Do
Yes.
they stay lit after stepping off of
Sunk.
a tile?
They say
Nope.
sunken.
They
Sorry, sunk.
they
activated.
rise. So they fall slowly, and they rise slowly. They rise just a bit faster than they fall. Looking at it, but they're about the same.
Okay. And you said there's 6 paths?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let Fabian keep going.
All right. As long as it continues to not fall into a giant pit, I keep going to the center.
The walk to the center is uneventful.
Okay. And I get to the Mobius strip.
Yep.
Is the Mobius strip lying on the floor?
It appears the altar has it hovering somewhat, though upon further
there's an
investigation,
altar.
it's the power of the strip that is the power being taken out of the strip is what's making it float.
Oh.
It looks like the podium is some kind of like battery platform thing. It's sucking power out of the strip.
Dang. That's why space went into voluntary exile.
I mean, semi-voluntary.
Semi-voluntary. I kind of get up close to the Mobius strip and I kind of whisper, "Hey, you hear me?"
It is a very extravagant looking rock.
the Mobius strip is?
Yep. In response to your question, it remains being a rock.
Ah.
But it does kind of feel familiar to be around.
I shout to the others. I think the Mobius strip is what is powering the sun.
Makes sense.
Can we break it?
So my question is, if we do we deprive this world and also our world of the sunlight that keeps everything living?
Now that you're so close to the sun, I will say you can tell there's a difference between the sunlights. This sunlight and the sunlight you're used to.
Okay.
But it still
There's-
heals.
It heals you, but there is it is distinct.
It tastes different. So maybe we have a different sun with a different incarnation of space being held hostage?
Or maybe we can use this source of sunlight to revitalize the lower layers of the wet.
But we promised space we'd free her.
That sounds like it would doom this place.
I don't really want to die. I don't know.
Well,
Can we roll to find out how many people it would kill if we can follow through on our promise and free space?
Yep.
What would you like me to roll?
Earlier I added the roll.
Investigate a mystery.
Yes. That would be with wit because that's the parallel for intelligence.
Okay, my wit is literally a -1. Would someone else like to roll?
oof. I mean, I'm not very witty either. I am a force of nature. I don't understand it.
Sure.
I have a 0 wit.
Is that wow? Wow, we suck.
What?
All
Mighty
my
Frog, I
information.
hope your new character is moderately intelligent. Because, boy, do we apparently need it.
Okay, I'm
We'll
going.
see.
I'm going to.
All the things I learned about plants, it took a lot of trial and error.
I will throw you a lot of bone here and points out that listening chaos can converse with the unseen, which apparently is where space is. So figure out a person might work if listening chaos does it.
Oh, I didn't know I could see anything or
Or you
sense
could
anything.
do the commune with the unseen move and see if there's something here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was.
That might
saying.
be easier.
So in this case, if that's the case, then so remember how I said my my eyelash sword like opened up into like a. Sorry, no, I didn't. I did not say that before. I said
Yeah.
because we were
Your
cakes before.
kebab's or opened up into a pop.
Yeah. So when we got out and I turned back into listening chaos, my sword turned into like a floating. I don't want to say it's giving off light, but it's a very pure white surface. Like it's not reflective. It's I want to say that it's just what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word for it. No, it's like
Ethereal.
it's like matte. It's just like
Oh.
no, it's like so it's very like matte. So it's very like it's
Okay.
you can't tell. It looks like so in the same way that me without my my clothes looks like a black hole in the world. my sword is now like a white hole in the world. And so, and like from the side, it kind of looks like it's observing like an eye, but from the front, it just looks like a hole. And
So it looks like the brightest thing, but it doesn't cast light.
yeah, so it just opens up. I mean, it seems to, like, I want to say like a corona, like in drawings of the sun, come out of each side, like come all around it, and it goes into like seeing mode, and then it like, yeah, and then I assume that it sees space, in the hidden.
Yeah, so you get the information that this sun is essentially Space's bedroom, and Space has met you here.
Oh, so yeah, okay. I'm gonna be like, Space. You feel familiar.
Space doesn't know what you're talking about. We've met while you were in the castle, so yeah, I know you.
All right, good. Yeah. So, why do I feel drawn to this place? What's special about you?
My existence. I exist physically and can be manipulated directly. That's pretty special about me.
Okay.
Don't just
That's
tell
literally.
people that. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, I mean that's literally everything in the world. I mean, you just said you were material, and everyone here is material. So, but why do I feel like a connection?
Well, paranoia isn't material. You can't directly manipulate paranoia.
Hmm.
But people
Okay,
who
I
are
see.
paranoid can be manipulated.
Yeah.
Okay.
People hold parts of paranoia in their hearts, but paranoia itself doesn't have a body here. I have a body. It's right there.
Okay. So you're material. Okay, got it. That's good to know. I'm material. I'm also here. Also,
Yeah, but you appear to have ability to exert your will over those around you, so I wouldn't call you a tool.
uh,
I might.
I'm going. Well, you can't hear them, but you do see me laughing.
can't.
Yeah, but you do hear me laughing. I'm like, so I'm gonna say, okay, so you're different though from, my friends Silence and Loose Bundle of Snakes. You're like emanating. You're in real space. People can looks like they feel your presence. You got heft, right? You've heft.
That would be largely because I have more. How to say this politely?
You matter
I
more.
matter in a way they don't.
So I'm gonna, like, at this point try to entice them.
Some people matter more than others. Some people are more equal than others.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with this. So I'm trying to entice them. Let's see, and I can use. How do I entice again?
Roll plus heart.
Yep, that's a hard roll.
Yeah, I'm not good at enticing. So I'm probably going to be terrible at this, but that's okay because you know what? Flirting is supposed to be awkward. That's all there is to it. Okay, 2d6. Listen. Oh wait, this is technically a metaphysical ability, right?
I mean, the enticing isn't. You are talking to her via metaphysical manners.
I think. So what? Hold on. What's your bonus to metaphysical abilities? Let me.
I get a plus. My eye gives me +1 to metaphysical power.
This is not the greatest time, but I was wondering if we could take like a 2 or 3 minute break because I need to use the bathroom. And everyone could get some water and like some apples or fruits or veggies.
Also do.
I think that would be a good idea.
Okay.
And I'm curious, Gathriel, do you have a tale you'd like to tell our listeners during this break?
Indeed, I would. All right. At this point, we're going to go to Gathriel's point of view, and I'm going to tell the story, if that's okay. Arm?
I will be back
Fab.
shortly.
We're all
And
walking
if your
away,
story
so
takes
we will
longer,
look forward
then
to
I'll
listening
wait.
to
And
it.
if it takes shorter, then everyone else will have to wait. Ha ha ha.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
Excellent.
post
All
in
right.
the out of character when you're back, so we
So-
don't interrupt.
The battle was over before Miss Prim Perfect Chaos even knew it had begun. She is a skilled fighter, no doubt, but she lost to me once, and with the added caveat of 3 of my own warriors, and without her sword, she never stood a chance. The blood pulses and quakes through my veins as I grip tight to the stolen dagger, it morphing itself into a new blade for its primary owner as Perfect Chaos lays defeated on the ground, stumbling to her feet and then running away. The blade twists and morphs itself into a menacing sword of twisted burnt glass, or burnt sugar. Smiling down at the blade, Gathriel realizes what has happened. Placing it firmly on her back, walking down, she takes a breath, resting on the throne at the far end of the room, smiling up at the tapestries of gold and crimson lit by the fireplace just down the way.
Uh-oh.
Gorb, I should very much like you to find Paranoia for me, please. She would love to see what's going on in here. Tuck and Theft, would you go out and see if there's anything of value within the castle for me? And Liana, let's go to the library. I think that we need to brush up on the history here, maybe find some trouble to get into. Gathriel focuses her gaze, smiling, and then noticing where she's sitting, she stands up firmly and quickly. A brisk walk in her step as she exits the dining hall. Come, Liana. I think we have some trouble to get into.
All right. Gathriel. Did you just silence yourself?
Oh, I'm on push to talk.
Oh, got it. Okay.
My daughter's watching a TV show in the background. I didn't want to bother you guys.
Oh, okay. No worries. I might get a snack. Oh, you're back. Snacking!
I can talk to the audience here if they want me to. Hey, audience, ask questions.
Oh, you're right. You know the text I just got? Not just got, but I didn't get a notification for it.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did you finish your story?
I did. You're going to have to listen to the playback to hear it.
I will. It'll be a surprise even for me. I'm gonna write down the uptime so that I can find it again later.
What time do you want to have breakfast? 11?
I'm serving at listening chaos. Because they ain't talking to us. Okay. Am I the only one who's back?
Oh no, I'm here too. I'm just frantically writing up notes for myself and Aram.
Totally.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hi.
So, listeners, we have a grand total of 5 viewers right now. Yeah, it's been like 3 hours. That's a long time. Which is probably why my husband seems to think we ought to be done. Your wifey's mad at you. Okay, that's not great. We could call it a day if we wanted. Let me bring it up with. Okay, you're unmuted. Listening.
Well, okay. But did you hear me talking to my wife? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I could hear you a little bit talking to your wife, and I didn't feel like you wanted that aired.
Oh, okay.
Lewis, have you been here this whole time? That's pretty impressive.
Who, me? Or
Lewis, we've got one regular viewer. Well, it says we have a few other viewers, but they're not chatting, which is fine. Lurkers are great. Love our lurkers. So listening, do you gotta go?
probably makes sense because
Like it would be
be
a
wise.
benefit to your relationship, perhaps. Okay.
And I mean, we do have a good place to stop right here, so.
Yeah. So, what does Armsteel think? And Fibian.
I believe you guys are standing in front of space, trying to decide if you should pick it up.
Can we just pick it up? Is it that easy?
It's right there. Like, it's within Fibian's reach at the very least.
Okay. Well, I do want to.
You could very much collapse the sun by doing so, though.
Ask space how much damage is going to happen to the world around us if we just really are there consequences? I don't like these consequence.
I'll ask space that if what will happen if I pick up the strip.
I expect the pocket dimension will probably collapse, forcing everyone out into the real world.
What's the real world?
I knew it. So if
You're
we
very
pick
clever.
that up, we pick it up, the world will destroy the world.
Okay, that's bad.
I mean, it's not like anyone will get hurt in the ensuing incident.
Yeah, the locals don't like it here anyway.
What, except for the one we don't like, what is the real world? Is the wet, the hidden, the real world?
Seems that way.
Yeah, where you came from. You guys came from the real world.
Because it's the origin of the Keeper, and they're apparently been here the whole time. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's why they don't want us to leave, to come get in here, because we could destroy everything. And they hate it in reality. On that basis, I say we do.
What is the purpose of the wall?
What wall?
The wall. The dry. Dry is a wall, correct?
The dry dug themselves a hole, and there's a wall around the hole. Or are you talking about the wall in the hidden?
I thought that the dry was a dimensional wall around the wet.
Oh no, the dry and the wet exist in contrast.
Okay, you did say something complicated about a wall a little bit ago.
Yeah. So, listening, Chaos, I'm just assuming you're being the liaison.
Yeah.
So what you got is the hole they're digging is the same as the water that's rising.
So if they stop digging the hole because it doesn't exist anymore, the waters will stop rising and we'll have some place to live.
So yeah, so they are, because they are from a place that doesn't exist, they need they need ways to tether themselves to reality. So they break up the crystal and eat it, and that's how they sustain their bodies. If they were in reality, they'd probably still have to eat, but it would be much. They'd probably heal naturally with just the ambient reality there for their bodies to remove.
Whoa. So if we do this quick, we might possibly save.
Sugar
There's
mama.
no threat to
Sugar
anyone
mama?
here. Whatever point of entrance was most recently used, everyone will just like pop out like a fountain.
So they're
Okay,
gonna drop
it might
everyone.
be hurt to get landed on someone by someone,
So we're
but
gonna
other than
drop
that,
everyone into your house, Vivian.
The rabbits would like it there, though.
Just
All right.
checking.
If that's the case, then go for it. I'm about to do something very daring. Otherwise,
on this dramatic note, I think that's a good time to stop.
all right.
we'll see
Sounds
you next
good.
week.
We'll see you next week for the dramatic conclusion of our "Do we destroy the universe by picking up the sun?" Stay
Yes.
tuned.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Yes, we're going to continue discussing times that work for us. You can make your voice heard in the camp, in our Discord camp. I can spell Discord.
I wanted to say something about how the world and the resources in the world work.
Do you want to
So
say that
last
on
time-
stream?
On stream, off stream. I think on stream would be better.
Okay, continue.
Okay, so last time you guys were all curious, like how much water do we have? Do we have enough water? And so I thought it'd be nice to come out with an official statement. The way this world works is I tell you how much you have, and so long as you don't use all of it in one go, you still have that much. So if you have a little bit of water, you can do things that take a little bit of water, but not things that take a fair amount of water.
Whoa.
And that's just how it is because I'm not here to count your arrows. I'm here to watch you shoot arrows at things.
Okay, got it. I was like, is this reality breaking? No, that's just like easy.
Yeah, it's easy and simple. It does exist in universe. That is how this works, which might be peculiar to your characters, but out of character it should be super simple. It's just I don't keep track.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
There are like more specific rules I could go into about that, but that doesn't need to be on stream.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's a good basic understanding. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. This has been super fantastic. We've had 5 or 6 viewers all stream, which is pretty great. Please stop by the Discord. If you need help accessing it or like understanding how it works, feel free to ping me. I'm on a lot. Who do we want to raid? We have, our options are Genshin Impact, Arceus, Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is the newest Pokemon game, or we could go watch someone do art streams, because that sounds fun.
It does, actually.
What do you guys want?
We are a roleplay channel. Maybe we should look into sending them to watch other roleplay channel.
I've tried to do that. We tried to do that last week, but since I haven't like hung out and watched role players who are live at the same time I'm live, because I'm live, I don't really know like who's a good channel to put them into. So Genshin Impact is easy enough. I can just drop you in a Genshin Impact channel. But like the last week when we dropped people in a roleplay channel, they were like on the verge of closing and also wouldn't let you talk and chat unless you'd been following for an hour. So like,
Yeah, I see that.
If our viewers know anybody, they can redeem choose who to raid with their sparkles, or other ridiculousness with their sparkles. You can, I should have reminded you at the beginning, you can affect future rolls. You can give the players luck points, love points that lets them boost a roll, as we've done several times. You can give them a +1 to the next roll, or you can give them a -1 to the next roll, or give the DM a string on them. Do what you want. So we're gonna, I've got 1 vote for Art. Anyone else?
Art sounds nice.
Yeah,
Fabulous. Let's go do an art stream. She also does giveaways all the time, so maybe you guys will get lucky and span one, snab one. When we get there, we're all gonna shout raid, 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 like that. Or you can use the emoji if you want. Why are you sad?
Wait, no. I clicked on the raid emoji 3 times.
Yeah, when you click on things, it moves because Twitch just sucks. Because Twitch sucks. So you can just click on one of those messages to copy it if you're on mobile. And so we're all going to go in there and we're going to shout raid and tell them hi from Durenda. I'll see you over there. And we're going to stop streaming.